Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. It's transfer deadline day, but Manchester United have a match tonight in Leicester. Manchester United, funnily enough, playing Leicester. And look, it's not out officially yet, but the team is the same as the team against Southampton. And look, you know, I back Eric Ten Hag. I'm sure everybody backs Eric Ten Hag, but it doesn't mean that you can't have a conversation. And in a grown-up conversation, I really do not agree with this team. I don't agree with picking the same team. I'd be a liar. I'd be lying on the preview and I'd be lying on the show I did a couple of hours ago if I said I would agree with him picking the same team. I just don't. I just do not pick. I do not agree with that team. I don't think the front three of Elanga, Rashford and Sancho worked against Southampton. And I don't think the midfield was that great. I thought the back five was fantastic. I thought the midfield was okay. And the front three were crap. So I don't agree with that. And I think at some point, you've got to pick Casemiro and Ronaldo. So why would you not do it in the away game when Casemiro's been here for a week? Look. The bottom line is people say, "Oh, Goldbridge is turning on Ten Hag." Absolutely not. Absolutely nonsense. I think what we are doing is we are learning about Ten Hag, and it's a two-way street. He's got to learn about Man United, and we've got to learn about him. And I really do not. This is a part of him that an Ajax fan would probably tell us, but we have to learn it for ourselves. Clearly, he's one of those managers that values picking a winning team. And I think that, I respect that. I know a lot of you agree with that as well. But for me, I said this before and I'll say it again. If you win against, I don't know, Fulham at Craven Cottage, and you are playing Man City at the weekend, and against Fulham, they batter you, they hit the post 10 times, and you score a goal off a deflection, it's a winning team. Do you take that same team against Man City at Old Trafford? Or do you make changes because you were bad and lucky against Fulham? So I don't always agree with picking a winning team. Sometimes you should change it. And I think in these circumstances, you've got Casemiro on the bench, one of the best CDMs in the world, and you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best strikers in the world, and they're on the bench. And we need to win. So I'm like, I understood it with Southampton. With Casemiro is the one really for me. I understood it with Southampton because he'd only been here a couple of days. But I think in this game, I just don't see Scott McTominay's not good enough for Manchester United. Just get him out the team and put Casemiro into it. That's that. And I've said it there. That's my opinion. And if McTominay's man of the match tonight, he scores a goal, great. But for me, just get on with getting Casemiro into the team. And the most important thing for me is get on with getting Casemiro in the team, because maybe today is the day where he feels his way into the team so that he's ready for Arsenal. Like, are we starting McTominay against Arsenal now? So look, I'm a little bit confused about that. Case never sat on the bench for a world-class team. So why is he on the bench with Ronaldo? Says Abraham. He could be resting team for Arsenal game on Sunday, says Sultan. Mark, what is your opinion on United submitting a last-minute bid for Dutch talent Wesley Sneijder, says Zach. So it's Casemiro that's causing me a bit of confusion, but I still think we'll have enough to beat Leicester tonight. I really do. We are sponsored by Manscaped, by the way. I've got my tools here. I'll explain what it's all about in a moment, but you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code there. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Fantastic grooming tools for men. Manscaped. Get it all sorted out down there and up there. Check it out. 20% off with the code United Stand, link in the description, and scan the QR code. We'll come back to that in a minute. Opinion on Zakaria going to Chelsea. I think it's fantastic. I do as well. I've just heard that Zakaria to Chelsea. Chelsea fans are confused about it. I would have took Zakaria at United, so yes. Also, getting benched for Tchouaméni was much better than getting benched for McTominay, says Anshul. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm really not angry, and I'm really not ranty, and I'm really not stressed. I'm just expressing an opinion. I think Casemiro should be starting this game of football. But look, Ten Hag's the manager, and at some point, Casemiro will be in the team, won't he? Because at some point, you don't spend 70, 60 million pounds on a player that's benched by Scott McTominay. So at some point, he's going to be in the team, and I suppose we're just going to have to be patient. But are we going to see Elanga benching Anthony for the next 2 weeks, So that is the team. It's confirmed. McTominay starts, Rashford starts, Casemiro's on the bench, Van der Beek's on the bench, Ronaldo's on the bench. It's basically the team from last week, apart from Lindelof's on the bench instead of Maguire. We've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench again. Make that make sense. Why have we got 2 fucking goalkeepers on the bench? I just do not get that. 2 goalkeepers on the bench again. That's crazy. That is madness. I don't get it. When we can make 5 subs. That is odd. That is really, really odd. Solskjaer taking charge again. What's going on? Why would you put 2 goalkeepers on the bench and neither of them are Dubravka as well? You can make 5 subs and you put 2 goalkeepers on the bench. That's really weird. That's really weird because you can make 5 subs now. So why would you put 2 goalies on there? Just put somebody who's outfield just in case. Yeah, bit odd that. Bit odd, but Zenan says you're overreacting. Start your own watch along, mate. Sit there being boring, unanimated, with shit opinions. I'm sure people will watch you. The whole point of this show is to be entertaining. Fucking hell, I don't know what people expect me to do. Sit here with a cup of tea and go, oh, I agree with everything. I agree with everything. You know, it's an opinionated show. That's what it is. It's an opinion. Get on board with it or get off it or don't agree with it. But it's an opinion. Bloody hell, I'm just saying why have we got Kovar and Heaton on the bench? It means we've only got 7 outfield subs and we can make 5 subs. Why not just have I don't think Narbed understands what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is why put 2 goalkeepers on the bench when you can make 5 subs? We've only got 7 outfield players to make 5 subs with. If you have 1 goalkeeper on the bench, you've got 8 outfield players. So, you know, I just think have more options on the bench. But clearly there must be some injuries or something. I would have saved Martinez and Varane for the weekend. Interesting lineup from Ten Hag, says Mason Patrick. No Luke Shaw, says Lars. Yeah, no Luke Shaw and no Wan-Bissaka. So maybe they're injured. I don't know. But this is Manchester United, says Dave. So, look, the team is the same team that played against Southampton. I would have started Casemiro. That's the big one for me. Darren, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. My opinion, I would have started Casemiro. But can I just say, I'm not saying we're going to lose the game. I'm not going to say it's going to cost us the game. I still think we'll beat Leicester. I just think at some point you've got to start picking your best players. And I would have picked Casemiro tonight to get him integrated into the game. I think we're going to end up with a situation on Sunday where we've got Ronaldo, Casemiro and Anthony on the bench. And then it's starting to get a bit silly, isn't it? So I would have started Casemiro. I certainly would agree what people said last week, that if this was Frankie de Jong, he would have started against Southampton. So are we getting a bit of a hint that Casemiro isn't actually Eric Ten Hag signing? Because I think he would have thrown in Frankie de Jong by now. Love Ten Hag, but can't understand why this lineup, says Dylan. I think it's just, I've got no issue with this. I don't agree with it, but I've got no issue with it. You can have an opinion. I love Ten Hag, wanting to be successful. If he wants to go with that team, let's go and win the game. But I just think we're learning. We're learning about him. And he's clearly a manager that doesn't want to change a winning team. That's, you know, some managers are like that. That's why that saying exists. You don't change a winning team, because some managers won't change a winning team. I can see him at starting McTominay when there was no depth, but I don't understand why Casemiro and Ronaldo are sitting out, says Andrew Rossi. Probably saving them for Arsenal. Maybe that's a tougher game, says Derek. I don't think we need to be resting Casemiro. If we need to rest Casemiro because he can't play 2 games in 3 days, we've got a problem. Jazz says, way off topic, tried to end it last night. Mental health is so important. I hope everyone is all right. Take care of each other and let's go Red, says Jazz. Jazz, if that is genuinely true, I'm very, very sad that you're having to put that on a super chat, and please do get help. Like, there's plenty of people you can call, like the Samaritans. Hopefully you've got family and friends around you. It's a very serious thing to put into a super into a live chat, and I don't think this is the place really that we can help you with that sort of thing. I hope the United Stand and the community helps you enjoy your football, but you need to get some serious help around that if that's genuinely true, mate. Seriously, like, get in contact with the Samaritans, get some family and friends, see a doctor. You know, that is going to cause a lot of people a lot of red flags and concern for you, Jez, and for other people. So look, please do. And I hope you're doing well. Eric Ten Hag is in a weird situation, says Tyler. If he changes teams and loses, why did he change a winning squad? No, bollocks, Tyler. Bullshit. Interesting to see how Ten Hag's squad rotation will work with this squad in the upcoming months leading up to the World Cup. I think there will be a lot of rotation, Nihal. I really do think there'll be a lot of rotation. I actually said this afternoon, I wouldn't have been surprised if Harry Maguire had started. Obviously, he's not. If we're keeping Ronaldo, he has to keep him happy at least. I was expecting him to start tonight, says Jefferson. And Zane, welcome to the Members Club. I've got to be honest with you. I didn't expect Ronaldo to start tonight. I expect lots of love in the chat for Jez, which is fantastic. Welcome to the Members Club, Fala. And I love how the community gets behind people as well. It's great to see. And Wells says he's just finished his chemotherapy. He's ready for the match. Casemiro should start every game. Cheers from America. Big one, Dave. Hope you're doing well. I remember you from the last show as well. And maybe he's benching Ronaldo and Casemiro for Arsenal and bring them on at half-time to get some momentum, says Vish. Maybe. Look, Ten Hag's a different man. And we've got to just get used to Ten Hag, haven't we? You know, you're a handsome man and I love you, says Ryan. We just got to get used to Ten Hag. He's a new manager. I know how he plays football. I know how he wants to play football, but I don't know the intricacies of what he's like with winning teams and tactics and substitutions and rotation. So we're going to have to just learn. I genuinely feel bad for Rodgers, not been back, says Michael. Very interesting. We're going to go through the Leicester team now, and then I'll come back to something about Eric Ten Hag and Ronaldo. What's wrong with Donny? 3 managers not picking him, says Aditya. Welcome to the Members Club, Sonny and IC. So we're just going to have a quick look here at the team for Leicester. Tielemans starts. So Tielemans is not leaving Leicester. That's quite a surprise. But Leicester, actually, the owner of Leicester, in their program notes today, some really interesting comments, basically saying that we couldn't buy players this summer because financially we've got to make this club work and be sustainable. So we couldn't buy players because we needed to sell players, and that didn't really happen. So they were basically very apologetic to their fans. The fans, I think, understand it at Leicester. It's about the long term. It's about sustainability. So Brendan Rodgers, I think, is somebody that's very respected by those owners. So I don't think his job's in danger, but they are very vulnerable. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel going and putting Ward in goal. I think Kasper Schmeichel's a fantastic goalkeeper. So Ward's in goal. They've got Justin Samari's playing at centre-back. He's a midfielder. Evans and Thomas. So Ndidi comes into the midfield. Maddison, Tielemans, Dewberry Hall and Barnes and Vardy. I mean, their front five's not bad. It's not a bad team as a front five. Tielemans, Maddison, Barnes, Vardy, and Ndidi's in there, Dewsbury Hall. They can be competitive in the midfield area, but I don't think their defence is very good. Their bench has got Albrighton, Iheanacho, Daka, Perez, Pratt, Castagnet, Everson, Brunt, Sionku's on the bench, so he's out of favour. But I think Leicester are capable of causing us some problems today, but I don't think they will. Tom Edwards, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. There you go. So, yeah, that's the Leicester team for you. In relation to the Ronaldo situation, I didn't expect Ronaldo to start tonight. Now, I would start Ronaldo. You know that. Water is wet, apparently. And I would have started Casemiro. But a lot of people talking about Ronaldo. So I just want to say this. I didn't expect Ronaldo to start. So I'm not really losing my crap about it. But I have to be honest here. Elanga and Rashford are very lucky to be playing in a front three that's the same as last week. Rashford was a passenger. He got absolutely pocketed by Salisu and Balotelli for Southampton last week. Elanga, apart from the goal he should have scored, I thought was really poor. So if I'm Ronaldo, I'm looking at that and I'm going, yeah, if I'm Maguire, I know I'm not starting because the defence kept a clean sheet and played well. If I'm Ronaldo, I'm like, yeah, I'm being benched for Rashford, who's playing in my position, who's no good at it, and Elanga, who's not been very good for about 6 months. So I get that. I think there is a very good conversation to be had about why Elanga's getting another chance and why Rashford's getting another chance up front. I just genuinely don't think Rashford's a centre forward. He may score today. That Southampton defense, that Leicester defense is weak. But look, I suppose when you analyse it properly, the bigger shock is that Ronaldo's not starting because the front three were the worst 3 players on the pitch against Southampton. They weren't very good. I thought the midfield was average. So you could argue McTominay did okay, so he's keeping Casemiro out. And the defence was superb. But the front 3, I don't think played particularly well. So, yeah, maybe there is something in that. But I just didn't think Ronaldo would start today. You're right, Mark. My bad, says Jez. Appreciate the nice words and support from you and this community. Love you all. We got this. Good one, Jez. Stay strong, pal, and keep communicating. Aslam says, match is at That's midnight here in my country, and I have to sacrifice my sleep to watch McTominay playing holding midfield. Oh, boring, says Aslan. We'll be fine. We'll win. We need a bit of positivity. We're going to win this. Just a bit on transfers, by the way. I'm hearing that Frankie Dior. No, I'm not. I'm hearing that Memphis Depay has terminated his contract with Barcelona, so somebody's going to sign him for free. Hi, Mark. It's been a tiring window for everyone this summer, but I'm sure for you too. Thank you for making my day better when it's bad. Get a pint on me, says Blush. Don't worry, I will. We've got to watch out for Leicester. They've got a Pratt on the bench, says Ash. I've never had that line, and I don't want it. Mark, how does McTominay keep getting picked? Is it because Fletcher is still at the club and he's telling Ten Hag to keep picking him? Look, Leon, I've asked this question of loads of people. I've asked people in the club about this. Why does Scott McTominay get picked so much? Why does everyone like him? And all I've ever been told is he trains really well. He trains really well. And I've been told that for years. He trains really well and he's well liked. But I'm just like, well, when's he going to play well? Only at Man United does McTominay start over Casemiro, says Sean Turner. What's going on? You should be starting. Eric Ten Hag has got this wrong, and don't get me started on Rashford over Ronaldo, says Sean Turner. Casemiro must start. Ronaldo on the bench for later impact if needed, says Uz. I mean, I tell you what, welcome to the Members Club, man guy. I wanted Ten Hag, but the greatest manager of all time said it. You do not bench your best players. What is he doing benching the GOAT again, says Mohammed. Walid, well, thank you for the super chat. For the last 10 years, whenever we got into a spot like this to beat a bad team and get into the race, we messed it up. This is actually quite a test of mentality, says Davor. McTominay must be a mix of Scholes and Keane in training, says Mikhail. Thank you very much, Mikhail. I don't know what you think about this. It's not my opinion, but somebody said it on Twitter today. They said, why is Ronaldo getting the Harry Maguire treatment? Does Ten Hag think it's right to treat Maguire and Ronaldo the same? When Maguire was dreadful last season and couldn't lead the team, but Ronaldo was the player of the year and top scorer. Is there anything in that? Do you think there is a bit of, I'm not going to pick Maguire because I'm not going to pick Ronaldo because I'm not picking Maguire? I really think we're into conspiracy theory there. I can't see that being the case. You know, would it cause a divide in the dressing room to pick Ronaldo and not Maguire? Do you have to bench them both? I think that's silly. I think it's really silly. And I think realistically, if look, I'm not going to sit on the fence here. I suppose the question is, why is he picking Rashford up front and Elanga on the wing over Ronaldo when Rashford and Elanga didn't play well last week? I think if you look at it like this, then realistically, the best way to look at it is, I think that if you look at how Ten Hag managed Ajax, you can understand why he wants to use Elanga for the same reason you can understand why Rangnick wanted to use Elanga. Rangnick likes to develop talent, and so does Ten Hag. And you've got a 37-year-old superstar in Cristiano Ronaldo, and you've got two young players in Rashford and Elanga. And maybe he finds it easier to get them to do the job that he wants. I don't know. I don't think I've explained that well, but in my head it works. Maybe this is why he wants to pick Elanga and Rashford, because he feels that he can develop them and mold them more than he can mold a 37-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. MO8, welcome to the Members Club. Why two keepers, Mark? I don't know. Chelsea, I've got no idea. I'm presuming Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are not fit, because to put two goalkeepers on the bench is odd when you can make 5 subs, because that means you've only got 7 outfield players to make the 5 subs from. Whereas if you've got 1 goalkeeper, you've got 8 outfield players. Glazers out, says United 1999. I think United should have kept Ahmad and let Elanga go on loan. Has had some bad form for Elanga, hasn't been good either, says Electro Dan. And lads, Leicester are 20th. He's 1,000,000% got an eye on the Arsenal game, who are top. Let's just hope it pays off, says Luke. Thank you very much, Luke. Bit of positivity there. No one wants to hear this, but Ten Hag really likes McTominay. Sorry, people in the chat. He stated it once already after the game, says Nick P. And John Denton, big shout out to John. If it's the John Denton, I think it is. He's just gifted 10 United Stand memberships. Big shout out to John. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel, reviewing music and etc. Well, it's music, isn't it? Fantastic guy. Big shout out to John. And it is him, because I can tell it's got the little tick there. Check out his YouTube channel. Big United fan. Good opinions on football as well, John. I appreciate that. Welcome to the members club there. And yeah, big shout out to John, legend of the chat. Scott McTominay. Every manager loves Scott McTominay. It is what it is. I wish I felt the same. I've been watching him play for 4 years and I just don't get it. But Mourinho loved him. Ollie loved him. Rangnick loved him. Carrick loved him. And Ten Hag loves him. And that's absolutely fine. All I'm asking is, can we see performances that, you know, reflect that loyalty and trust? Because I'll be honest with you, over the last 18 months, 95% of his games have been utter trash. He was decent last week. He was decent last week against Southampton, though. Maybe he's going to get developed under Erik Ten Hag. But, you know, at the end of the day, what's the point in having Casemiro and picking Scott McTominay? I mean, at the end of the day, it's like having a lovely fresh lasagna in the oven and then going, you know what, I'm not eating that. I'm going to have this cold, stale bread. Like, that is the difference between Casemiro and Scott McTominay, whether you like it or not. Who you got playing tonight in your FPL, says Jelly? No one. I haven't got anyone. I actually haven't got anyone. I've got no Man United players. Got rid of them. Got rid of Sancho. I think I've still got Eriksen and Delot, but they're both on my bench. McTominay leads the league in fouls per match, more fouls than tackles, says give it to Mikey. Anyway, can I just remind you that we are sponsored by Manscaped on the show tonight. The link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code as well. What is Manscaped? Well, where have you been for a start? Manscaped is these sort of things, but mainly this, the Lawnmower 4.0. It's got basically you use it down there to trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. And it really is effective. You will see a big difference. It is for men. It's for trimming down there. And yeah, it will make a big difference. And I've been using this for about 3 years. Not this one. You can recharge it though, but it's amazing. You have a dock. It's electromagnetic induction charging. So it's wireless charging. It's got a light for a more precise shave, adjustable length. It's also waterproof and it's very well weighted. And actually the weight of it feels quite familiar, but that's another thing. It works really well. Links in the description, delivered to your door. We deliver worldwide, 20% off using the code UnitedStand and free delivery. They also have things that come as part of the performance package where you can get the Weed Whacker, which is for your nose, which is very effective when you get over 35. Ball deodorant, free pair of shorts, and also you get a travel bag, which is fantastic because I use it for other things like deodorant and aftershave when I'm staying in a hotel. So check it out. Manscaped, trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Free delivery worldwide and 20% off. Fantastic products. You won't regret it. Check it out. United Stand code, scan the QR code, or go through the link in the video description, which I'm just going to check is there. And it is there, which is absolutely granty, it was absolutely fantastic. There we go. Okay, let's have a look what people are saying in the chat. I'm still hoping for a last-minute De Jong deal. I think he's calling Barca's bluff and won't jeopardise his World Cup place. If they need to sell, it might happen, says Michael. Just a little bit of an update on transfers. Memphis Depay is now free. He's free. He's terminated his contract at Barcelona, so he's going to go somewhere in the next few hours. And De Jong, I mean, how does De Jong become a Man United player in 4 hours? I don't know how that happens. So I can't see it now. Don't worry, Mark. Scott is nearly at the yellow card threshold for his first one-match ban of the season, says Glenn. Hi, guys. Hi, Mark. Everyone. How well, says Saeed. Yeah, hope you're well, mate. Hi, Mark. I'm in Manchester. I came from US. Really want to see you. Could please let me know how, says Michelle. Yeah, okay. And hope for the win today. Love your content. Greetings from Zurich, says Leon. Thank you very much. Zurich is in Switzerland. And John, welcome to the members club. The benching of Maguire and Ronaldo is Erik Ten Hag showing the players in the club and the fans that he can win games without them. A show of strength to get control of the cliques. My $2 worth. It's a good idea, Tuz. It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. But explain to me why he's not picking Casemiro. Just been to meet a woman and got lucky. Now time to watch United. What a night, says Raz. And Bait says, if we lose against Leicester, we will be more than likely make a signing. Glazers out, need to stay alive. How does that work then? How does that work? How do we... I can't believe BT Sport has got that dickhead on. Fucking hell, do they do no research on people? Unbelievable. I can't believe how bad BT is getting. Do you not research people at all? Bloody hell. Just unbelievable. If I speak, I'm in trouble. Mark, thoughts on Donny? Will he even start games, says Shazib. And McTominay is the worst player in the entire squad. Why is he starting? And okay, I know this may be a bit premature, but I'm a bit worried that Casemiro may be underused by Ten Hag because I don't think it was a signing that he wanted, says Mr. Sly. And McTominay is going to start against Arsenal. We may as well sell Donny, says Cam. And greetings from Iceland, says Kong. Thank you very much there. Thank you very much. I think United will win. I'm not going to change my opinion. 3-1 to Manchester United. Where can I buy that T-shirt from you've got, says Samantha? You're probably 2 years late. Yeah, you're probably 2 years late. It's not available in the shops anymore. And Bart, your thoughts on Chelsea signing Zakaria on loan right now? I think it's a good deal, Bruce. It's a desperate deal, but I think it's a good deal. I really do. So, yeah, well done to them for that. That's fantastic. McTominay's like Phil Jones. You can't get rid of him, says Mannix. And Austin, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And Mark, why are we not starting Casemiro? A lot of people talking about this. And Shaw and Wan-Bissaka out with small injuries, says Crete. Yeah, I think that probably makes a lot of sense, to be fair. Scott, yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense that they're probably out. But I still think we surely could have found a player to bring in. And yeah, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw are absent due to small complaints, according to Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, small complaints means minor injuries, effectively. I mean, look, Luke. I mean, it's a very interesting point, isn't it? Wan-Bissaka seems to be picking up a lot of injuries these days. Luke Shaw's not even starting, and he still picks up the injuries. So it just shows you the importance of somebody like Malacia, because Luke Shaw's not even starting, and he still picked up a knock in training, hasn't he? So yeah, very interesting observation there. Eric Ten Hag has asked if he considered rotating before the Arsenal game and giving Casemiro a start. Not in this moment. The first game is most important, which is this game. It's about the process. That has to be good organisation, possession, being dynamic, having intensity, and pressing with intensity too. And Eric Ten Hag on naming the same Man United 11 again. You want to get into routines. The 11 did so well, so we keep going. We have a lot of games to come, so other players will come in. I mean, look, again, I think we are learning about Cristiano. We're not learning about Cristiano Ronaldo. He's on the bench. We're learning about Eric Ten Hag, aren't we? That's what we're doing. We're learning about Eric Ten Hag as a manager. And he's basically explained it there, that he is happy with the team that played against Southampton, so therefore doesn't feel the need to change it. And he's the manager. So that is the situation. As I said, I don't think the attack played very well against Southampton. I really don't. I don't think they created anything. I don't think they played very well. I think the midfield was okay, and I thought the defence was fantastic. I think changes were justified. I thought Elanga played very badly, and I don't think Rashford worked as a striker. So therefore, if Elanga didn't play well and Rashford didn't work as a striker, why didn't we just put Ronaldo up front and put Rashford on the left? I think that's more fluid. But I'm not the manager. Up the Reds, need a good result and Glazers out, says Jordan. Goldbridge, thank you for being someone I can trust to watch the most trusted transfer news and the good old trash talk about the Glazers. Cough, cough, Glazers out, says Zinni. Thank you very much, pal. Martinez and Eriksen started straight away, but Casemiro doesn't. Maybe he didn't want him, says Mo. Well, 100% no. Casemiro was not Eric Ten Hag's choice. Roy Keane is lucky McTominay wasn't around in 99, says Stephen Edge. Bartek says, I think pineapple cellar on the beach would be better on this transfer window than our board. Love you, Mark. Greetings from Poland. Thank you, Bartek. Appreciate that. And Joshua Bowwater's here. He says, I wonder if Savage is getting charged the tenner to sit in the pub with him. Well, I presume they had a sing-song afterwards, and I presume there was a hefty bill afterwards as well. Austin Benner, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And hey, Mark, any news on Garner? He's gone, Vix. He's gone. Garner's gone. There's a bit of confusion around James Garner, but effectively, £9 million going up to £15 million in add-ons, but it's £9 million now. We don't know what those add-ons are. And apparently there is no buyback clause. 20% sell-on clause, which basically means if Everton sell Garner for 50 million in a few years' time, we look like complete mugs, by the way. If he becomes a £50 million player in 3 years' time, we look like complete dickheads. But if they do sell him for 50 million, we get 10. So even if James Garner becomes a £50 million midfielder, the total we get is 19 million or 25 million with add-ons. It's bullshit, isn't it? Yeah, another manager's daughter that McTominay must be dating, says Alligator. Casemiro benches Fabinho at Brazil, but gets benched by McTominay here. Life is unfair, says Answer. It's really, really, Andy, I don't want to talk about it. I say nothing, you know, I say nothing. It's really getting into people, isn't it? I'm not, you know, I'm behind Eric Ten Hag and I want him to do well. And I think he's the big positive at United at the moment. I'll observe the team and say I don't agree with it, but I'm not stressed or angry about it. But there is a lot of people, both on our chat and on social media, that are just, I would say, in shock that Scott McTominay is benching Casemiro. And remember, Casemiro has been here long enough now to be starting games of football. We spent £60 million on him. He's one of the best CDMs in the world, and he can't start for Manchester United. I understand the Ronaldo thing. I do understand the Ronaldo thing. He's 37, and maybe Ten Hag feels that Elanga and Rashford are the future. So maybe that's what that's all about. But Casemiro, I'm telling you now, if Casemiro was Frenkie de Jong, he would have started against Southampton. So are we getting a bit of a hint that Casemiro really isn't what Ten Hag wanted? Not enough wanted to actually start him yet. Kyle, welcome to the Members Club. And it seems like Ten Hag is choosing players who will run more. Elanga, McTominay and Rashford. After that Brentford game, I don't blame him either, says Connor. What's your score prediction, Mark? I'm going to go 3-1 to Manchester United. Sports and Leaks says season just started, so calm down and let the manager make his choice. Look, at the end of the day, you are right. If we're here in a month's time after playing 10 games in the next month, which I think we have got to play, and we've still got Casemiro on the bench, I think we can ask questions. But for now, I think we've just got to win this game, haven't we? I tell you what I will say. If we pick this team against Arsenal, I think Arsenal will win. So I hope we're going to get some rotation for the Arsenal game, because I think we'll beat Arsenal. But I'm basing that on a front three of Ronaldo, Sancho and Rashford, and a midfield of Casemiro, Bruno and Eriksen. I think if we play McTominay, Bruno and Eriksen, and Elanga, Rashford and Sancho, I'd fancy Arsenal to get a result. So I hope we do see some rotation at some point, because I think this United team's good enough to beat Leicester. I don't think it's good enough to beat Arsenal at the moment. So I hope we do see some rotation on Sunday. Mark, for the love of the club, please don't put anyone in the 90% club, says Kanishka. I ain't taking the blame for that. Bullshit. I'm not taking the blame for Dion. No. I didn't take the blame for Sancho, and I'm not taking the blame for De Jong. I'm not the director of football. I'm not the prats who were in Barcelona with a big bloody smile on their face. I mean, I'm not going to talk about De Jong very long, but I will say this. We agreed a fee with Barcelona. We agreed the wages with De Jong's agent. He's still a Barcelona player. What does that tell you? He never wanted to come to our club. He would rather sit on the bench for Barcelona than come to Manchester United. So why did we spend 3 months on it? I've had people saying to me, you can't blame the club. They can't do any more. They've agreed a fee and he won't come. Oh, my God. Why are we agreeing fees for players that don't want to come? What are we going to do? Kidnap him? Was that the plan? Go to Barcelona with Richard Arnold and John Murta, put a sack over De Jong's head and bring him back? I don't know what the plan was, but it was flawed. Could it be that he wants the higher quality players available for Arsenal, given the quick turnaround, says Caleb? Arsenal at the weekend, I'd say more chance of Casemiro being in that team, says Glenn. Hi, Mark. Is there any chance of us signing Depay? There is, Jeffrey, because he's a free agent now. He's terminated his contract. So Memphis Depay is available. The only way he would come is if Eric Ten Hag has said to Man United's board, if he becomes available, get him. Because he can't be talking about it now. Blay, welcome to the Members Club. Eric Ten Hag said Southampton, he ain't rushing Casemiro into the team, gain fitness and familiarity with the team, says David Hill. I said it last time to you, Mark. Eric didn't seem happy about signing Casemiro when reporters asked him about Casemiro, says Mustafa. But there's two different contrasts there, I suppose, and they're both very interesting points. Don't forget, Manscaped powering the stream today. Trim the grass to make your yard look bigger. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. It will make a big difference. Check it out. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Any truth to the Fenerbahce Ronaldo rumours? No, Humphrey. Not unless there's another transfer window that stays open longer than ours. I don't see how that works. It was the Frankie shirt, Mark. You scared him away, says, what's up? Casemiro on at half-time, says Mikael Roach. I think Eric Ten Hag is looking for continuity at the moment. Against Arsenal, I think Kaz, Miro and Fred will come in, then get a run in the team. Ronaldo can't play until the window closes since he wanted to leave. Have faith, says Damon. Two contrasting stories about Casemiro there, and I don't know whether both are right or both are incorrect, but they are very, very interesting. So one person said Casemiro is not being used because Ten Hag wants to get his fitness and familiarity up. That could be true. Remember how he played Eriksen and everyone like that and built their fitness up through pre-season. And then the second point, if he's not the player that Ten Hag really wanted, maybe it's going to take more time for him to realise how he wants to use him. So I don't know. The plan was not to buy anyone and use Frenkie de Jong as a smokescreen for the whole window. First two games proved this couldn't run, says admin team. And I think, yeah, so thanks everyone who's watching. We are on the road to 1.5 million subscribers, by the way. We're a little bit way yet. They're a little bit there. I've just got my mate talking about McTominay. Yeah, just 3 words. I can't tell you what those words are. Great work, Mark, to you and the team at the United Stand, says Waleed. Thank you very much for the super chat there. What I was going to say is, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. The road to 1.5 million is a big, big achievement for this community. We are currently 100 subscribers away from 465. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Share the video and get involved. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. It will be a fantastic little party when we hit 1.5 million, won't it? So get involved. Thank you, everybody. Somebody just said you've got mates, says Ryan. I've got 5 mates, which is 4 more than you've got. The day McTominay gets himself sent off early in a game, Eric Ten Hag will wake up and bench him. I don't think Scott McTominay's ever been sent off, Tom. I mean, I haven't seen Robert McCormack in the chat yet. He loves McTominay and he defends him madly, but he does get booked a lot, but we never see him get sent off. Andrew Small, welcome to the United Stand Members Club. And Arnold tried to pull a Borat on Frankie. Do you think Anthony starts for Arsenal? And I believe that Casemiro will play the majority of games 3-0 today, says Alvin. Yeah, look, I mean, just my advice is, and you can take it or leave it, Forza, welcome to the Members Club. My advice is just enjoy your football. Enjoy the debates. There are fans out there that seem to think you can't have an opinion. You've just got to swallow it like a goldfish. And ultimately, I'll tell you this. In fact, that mate who's from Ireland, we would go and watch the match when I lived in Ireland on a Sunday afternoon in Malahide in Duffy's. And the team news would come in and we would debate the team news while we're having a couple of pints. And I'd go, I can't believe he's dropped Beckham for Chadwick. I can't believe he's done that. And you know, I wouldn't have done this. Sir Alex Ferguson, and we knew it at that time, was the greatest thing to happen to Manchester United in our lifetime. We were winning titles. But when the team news came out, we would still do it. And I guarantee every United fan was doing it then. At no time, very rarely, does a team sheet come out and you sit there with your mates or on your own and go, yeah, I'm well happy with that. That's the wonder of football. Even when you're top of the league, Man City, I know they haven't got many fans, but when that team news comes out and Foden's on the bench or De Bruyne is on the bench, they probably go, oh, I wouldn't have done that, you know. So, look, you're always going to have a debate about the team. Don't feel guilty for having an opinion. All right, fellas, is Adam Locke. Welcome to the Members Club, Logan. Must be half-time change for Casemiro and Ronaldo to keep them fresh for Arsenal, says Jamie Sharp. McTominay doesn't get sent off as he disappears in the second half, says Garth. And if this was Ollie, everyone would be going in on him. Eriksen will be benched before inevitable, says Sakin. So, look, I get why people are a bit confused by the team news, but you will always have a different opinion. I'm not stressed by this team, and I'm not angry. I don't agree with it, but I agree with what a few of you've said. I think that I would be very concerned in a month's time if we were starting with Elanga, Rashford, and Sancho. I would be very concerned if we're starting with McTominay, Eriksen, and Bruno. In a couple of weeks, I expect Casemiro to come into that team. One thing I would say, and it might be worth mentioning, is Ten Hag working towards Sancho, Rashford, and Antony? Is that what he's working towards as the front three? Maybe he wants to play Rashford as a striker. Now, that's up to him. Ricky will massively disagree, and so will many of you. I don't think Rashford's a striker either, but maybe Marcus Rashford wants to be a striker. Maybe he said, I'm going to go to PSG and I'm not going to sign a new contract unless you play me as a striker. But to me, Marcus Rashford's not a striker, he's a winger. But maybe he'll get coached. We can't be hypocrites. We've said that these players have not had any coaching for 3 years. Maybe coaching brings him into the team as a forward. That guy, welcome to the Members Club. At least Ten Hag isn't penciling Maguire in for a game against Leicester like Ollie. That's progress, says Ryan Taylor. Oh, God, remember that game last season? Can you remember that game last season when I mean, God, I tell you what, I don't want to go back, but let's go back. Can you remember last season when Maguire had been injured for about 3 weeks? He trained one session on the Friday morning and then Ollie started him against Leicester and he was absolute shite. Eric lets players give him a reason to drop them to avoid arguing, hence starting Shaw and Harry first 2 games. Clever move, actually. He considers all, says Wayne List. Goddamn, Mark. Duffy's Malahide. Great spot for a match. Yes, I used to my member chat for that. Glazers out, says David. I know. I need to get back, mate. I need to get back. I need a night out in Malahide. Whether Casemiro was wanted by Eric Ten Hag or is being rushed or not, I'll observe McTominay and see if he has another poor game. If so, changes must be made, says LJ. Scott doesn't get into any of the other top 6 midfield, so what's the obsession with him here? Casemiro is 10 times the player McTominay will ever be, says Mannix. Well, look, lots of people having an opinion, but we're not that far away from the start of the game, and I'm excited to see how it's going to work out for Manchester United. It's a must-win game. I don't think we've had that conversation, but it is a must-win game for Manchester United, and I think Arsenal's a must-win game as well. Said it before Southampton. Mark, am I your longest member? Jonathan, don't call yourself a member, a long member. Member for 32 months, Jonathan. I don't know. I'm sure somebody might challenge you for that. But talking of members, if you want to get yourself some Manscaped products, 20% off and free shipping worldwide, links in the description, or scan the QR code. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Thanks for that, Jonathan. It was a lovely little lead in. I'm just trying to sign. There we go. There we go. Magnificent. Right. I'm just going to have a little bit of a stretch. It was Henderson penciled in against Sheffield United, says Viraj. Okay. Coaching might help Rashford, but as we are now, I didn't even stretch then. Coaching might help Rashford, but as we are now, he can't even hold the ball up. He's not a number 9. Also, McTominay is the luckiest player in history, says Wilco. Come on, I think we're getting to that point now where we need to sort of get behind this team, don't we? 2-0 United, Bruno plus Ronaldo, says Mizanor. And I challenge Jonathan, says Mikael Roach. I don't know how long you've been a member there. Mark Glazer update. Is that from me, or there actually is an update? Let's have a quick look online, see if there's anything there. I mean, the Glazer update is... Oh, God, poor old Jim White. He's doing the countdown to transfer deadline day at 10 o'clock on TalkSport. Don't think anything's going to happen, Jim. It's been a bit of a crap transfer deadline day, to be fair. There is talk that Manchester United have made an offer to Memphis Depay's entourage in the last few hours. It's a very tentative story. We'll have to keep an eye on that. As I said this morning, I think if United were going to do any deal, and I still think it's unlikely, but I think it's the sort of deal. What you can't do today is you can't do a deal like a Garlo. You can't do that deal where in the morning it's Josh King, at lunchtime it's Rondon, and then in the evening it's a Garlo. Because when you're playing a game of football, you're preparing for the game of football. You can't be on the phone to Ten Hag saying it's Josh King, it's Rondon, it's a Garlo. He can't take calls. So we can't have that sort of Zakaria deal that Chelsea have done today when they were bidding for Alvarez, because Ten Hag is involved in a match. So if United were going to do a deal today, it would have to have been a De Jong, which is not going to happen, or a Memphis, where he said yesterday, if that becomes available, I'd like to do it. So, you know, John Murta could be working on that. And Ten Hag is like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I don't know whether it's going to happen. We've got another quote from Eric Ten Hag talking about Casemiro. Basically says that we will bring players into that 11. We've got many games to cover, so we will rotate. And he said, of course, it was an option to start Casemiro, a really good option. But the last 2 games we've played quite well. So I want to give them a chance this game as well. And I mean, I get it. I get it. It's just opinion, isn't it? People have different ideas. I suppose the Ten Hag thing is the team's done well. Why change it? My thing is, why wait for a mistake to change it? It might cost you 3 points. Because I suppose for Casemiro to come into the team in Ten Hag's mentality, McTominay's got to play bad. But if McTominay plays bad, we might lose tonight. That's why I wouldn't have done it. But he's the boss. Let's hope he gets it right. What's the plan with Ronaldo? If he was to play a bit part role, should have been sold, says Hasha. Don't know. Don't know. Eric said in the interview that these players did a good job in previous games, so he trusts them, but it doesn't mean he won't make changes in the future, says Hayes. Welcome to the Members Club, Thomas. Mark, what the fuck are those shorts? Look like the boy in striped pajamas. They are pajamas. Lovely bit of squirrel. I like the name as well. Good shout out to... can't remember it. Channel 4. Friday night dinner. From America, let's go United. The Glazers need to get out and stop tarnishing the greatest club in the world. Manchester United, Glazers out, says Forza. Based on that stretching mark, I don't think any amount of trimming will make that yard look bigger, says Rory. Pervert. And seeing so much of criticism today, I just feel it's the continuity factor that Ten Hag wants to stick with, although Ricky must be happy seeing McTominay get so many starts. Let's go, says Arad. Grabbing at straws here, I know, but the inclusion of Rashford and McTominay over Ronaldo and Casemiro, could it be an English player quota thing, says Denver. And hi, Mark, don't you think the Glazers out whole thing might be a conspiracy by Sir Jim Radcliffe to get the Glazers out of the club so that he can buy it, says Lav. Thank you very much for the super chat there. 15 minutes to the start of this game. And, I mean, we've not spoken about Leicester much. They are bottom of the league. What was for dinner? 68 gaming. I had hot dogs. Nice hot dogs from Marks & Spencer's, actually. Managing Barca say that no one is prepared for what is about to happen. That's coming in from Jared Romero. I mean, he's been talking crap, hasn't he, for a long time? I mean, he's been right about something, but... Hi, Mark. Don't you think this Glazers out whole thing might be... I've done that one from Lav. And Haaland will eat United's back four, says Akash. We're playing Leicester, mate. We're not playing Man City. It's Leicester City, not Man City. Couldn't give a shit about Erling Haaland. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We haven't spoken about Leicester. And they are bottom of the league. They have 1 point from 12. If they lose tonight, they've got 1 point from 15. This is a big game for Leicester, and we may underestimate them in our belief. I think it's a strong-held belief that we will win tonight. Why is there a strong-held belief that you will beat Leicester when they've got Vardy, Maddison, Barnes, Ndidi, Tillemans? They've got a good side to put out. And I think it's just because then Rodgers admitted it themselves. Their team just doesn't have a familiarity, a structure at the moment. And they look like they're struggling a little bit. So I think they're vulnerable. I'm interested to see how Man United play this game as well as we approach, about 10 minutes away from the start of this game. Philip Summers, thank you very much. Mark's looking hench, ready to bollock McTominay for hiding. Cannot wait, says Stiggy. And Frankie at 11 p.m. It's not over till 12, everyone, says Ty. Imagine that would be amazing if that happened, but I don't think it will. Did Arsenal string Tielemans along all along, says poor guy, says Nick. I don't know why Tielemans is still a player for Leicester. But look, I want to talk about this tactically. We spoke about this before the Southampton game, and we looked at the team and we said we're going to play one of two ways. We're going to play very high up the pitch and dominate the possession with a high line, or we're going to play a little bit deeper and try and ping balls in behind for Elanga and Rashford. And ultimately, that's what we tried to do, and it didn't work. We played a bit of a deeper line. We invited the Southampton press, and we tried to exploit a ball over the top for Rashford or Elanga, basically long ball. But it didn't work because Bola Ketchup and Saluso are quick. And Rashford couldn't get in behind. And he had a bad game, to be honest. He was very quiet. He was in a graveyard shift. I don't see how we're going to do this against Leicester because Leicester don't normally press high up the pitch. And they've also got Johnny Evans at centre-back. So I think this game will be more about possession for us. I expect us to have 70% possession. I expect us to play high up the pitch. I expect us to play a high line. Now, that does play into Leicester's hands because of Jamie Vardy. So I'm interested to see how Ten Hag plays this game because Leicester will want to play deep and hit on the break with the pace of Vardy. Man United, Ten Hag likes to play high up the pitch with a high line, but will he be wary of what Leicester do? And if we play a deeper line, does it become a bit of a midfield battle with not a lot of chances where both teams are playing a bit deeper? Because Leicester can't play a high line. They'll get outdone by Rashford's pace. Man United probably better off. I mean, I personally would like to see us play a high line with David De Gea on the edge of his box, ready for the long balls, and let's push them right on the edge of their box and create chances. But it's going to be interesting to see what we do because against Southampton, we did not do that. We tried to hit on the break a little bit more. Mark, will you be doing the chart show videos again, says the Riot Sessions? Let's just close this fucking transfer window first and let's get our breath back. Tommy Smith, welcome to the Members Club, and Matthew as well. Do you know what Ricky thinks about Anthony? I can already imagine him saying Elanga is twice the player Anthony is. Well, we'll ask him, Jesus. Mark, I've just turned 35 and I finally kissed my first girl. On top of the... Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. He says, on top of the world. Then I see McTominay starting again and I'm sick, says Nelson. Focus on the girl. Focus on the kiss of the girl. With all transfers completed, what would be your expected starting 11 and subs to make it to our next transfer window? With all transfers completed, what would be your expected starting 11 and subs to make it to our next transfer window? Well, I'm not going to name the subs. But for me, Manchester United's best 11 is De Gea, Delot, Varane, Martinez, and Malacia. And then I would go Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen. And then I would go Anthony, Sancho, and Ronaldo. So funnily enough, 3 of those players would be on the bench. Elanga, Rashford, and McTominay for me. So with 3 players off, Ronaldo, Casemiro, and Anthony. But Arthur to Liverpool, here we go. That's not a bad signing for Liverpool, you know. I saw about that this morning. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You know what? When I laughed about that previous comment, I didn't mean it in that way. I meant it like I was just happy. It was a nervous laugh. Maybe he's kissing a girl for the first time at 35 because for 34 years, he liked men. You know, you've always got to dig deep. And that's got nothing to do with like that. That's got nothing to... Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, you know, you don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover. Might be kissing a girl for the first time at 35 because for the previous 34 years, kissing men. Obviously, that doesn't work for 34 years because you shouldn't be kissing men when you're 10, but you know what I mean. I know. Hi, Mark. Still disappointed Ronaldo's on the bench. So I'm not disappointed. I really like Erik ten Hag, and whilst I don't agree with the starting lineup, I'm not like, oh, what's Erik ten Hag doing? And you've got to remember that all those frustrating things we had with Ollie and Mourinho and Van Gaal, they were like 18 months, 2 years into their reign. We're not even 18 weeks into Ten Hag's yet. I'm not going to start stressing about his team selections just yet. Mark, a Leicester 4-1-4-1 looks a lot more dangerous than a 4-2-3-1, says Tomo. Welcome to the Members Club, Michelle. I haven't dug deep in anything, Mark, but even Nelson, calm down. Think about the girl. Stop thinking about McTominay in that midfield. There must be some weird reason why Rashford is playing over Ronaldo. It doesn't make any sense, says Jonathan. I don't think it's a weird reason. Weird reason. I don't think it's a weird reason. I think it's just, look, I know this for a fact. That Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag, in their initial interviews for the job, Rashford was identified as a deal breaker. It was like, we need this player back on top of the world, if he ever was there, but they need him back on top. And Eric Ten Hag was like, I like this player, I'll get him back on top. So that's a project. Whether you like it or not, Rashford is a project. I don't think he'll end up on the bench even when Anthony's here. I don't think Rashford's getting benched. Sancho's getting subbed off before Rashford. So I think Ten Hag rates Rashford and is a big part of his team. Paul says, Digger Goldbridge. Classical, welcome to the Members Club. Keep talking about the kiss mark, says Rash. I think Ronaldo is carrying a knee problem. Looked like it last game when he went down. Would explain why he isn't starting. Thanks for battling through all these years with us, Mark, says Patrick. Well, thank you for being there, Patrick. Thank you for being there. Right, let's have a look how we're doing for subscribers there. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thank you very much. Bottom right-hand corner, and get involved with the chat. And subscribe. Get involved with United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. And all the matches we do as a watch-along, match reactions. You can vote for the player ratings yourself. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And effectively what happens then is we aggregate all the scores and go through them on the match reaction. We've got the fan forum as well. I don't know who's on the fan forum tonight, but we have got the fan forum. So get involved with that. I don't like the way that's doing that. We are currently currently 20 subscribers away from 465,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and let's hit another landmark. You're very welcome on the channel. Massive game on Sunday afternoon, of course. We're playing the Arsenal. They've won 5 out of 5, and they're coming Old Trafford to win 6 out of 6. I tell you what, if they manage that, they'll think they're winning the league. In fact, they won't think they're winning. Knowing some Arsenal fans, they're probably already thinking they're winning the league. If they beat us on Sunday, they'll think that they're winning. They're going to be invincible again. They will. You know they will. They know they will. Razor Ruddock advertising P&O cruises before a United game, says Little Fat. And how is McTominay starting? He's had more mentions tonight than he's ever had. He really has, hasn't he? El Manny, thanks for subscribing there. Welcome to the Members Club, El Manny. Appreciate that. If you want to become a member, you get your badge next to your name. We have exclusive extra content for you. And you can click the join button and do that. Darren Draper's a member. He says, I've put us to win 4-2. Lack is a member. He says, I have a feeling Ronaldo, Anthony and Casemiro will all start against Arsenal. I'm telling you now, Abhishek's a new member, but I'm telling you now, Anthony will be on the bench on Sunday. I'm absolutely convinced he will be on the bench. McTominay is the next Cantona, says Eskimo. I thought Casemiro was end of McTominay, says Raj. He still will be. I'm convinced he still will be. I mean, it'll never be over with McTominay. He's always going to be at the club. He's still going to get game time, isn't he? How can there be so much hate for our own players, says Robert. See, I told you he'd be on. And thoughts on Chelsea spending close to 300 million, says Reese. Well, I mean, Chelsea's transfer window has been odd. I mean, the players are about to come out, but it has been odd. Like, are they not getting Craig Gordon now? They're not getting Alvarez, who went on strike. They have got Aubameyang. And look at that, being led out by 3 Portuguese players. Bruno's captain, De Gea, Dalot, Martinez behind him. And McTominay, Varane. So it's Portuguese, Argentinian, Scottish, French, Swedish. I can't see who's behind Elanga. I think it's Malacia, Dutch, Ericsson, Danish, Sancho, and then I think Rashford's at the back. Who gets benched when Ten Hag wants to play McTominay and Fred with Casemiro? Bruno or Ericsson, says Caleb. Thanks for that, Caleb. And I feel like any team in the league could go to King Power tonight and lose, but not United. Come on, Red Devils, says Luke Marshall. Hi, Mark. This may be premature, but we need to start looking for a striker for when the January window comes around, says Dowell. Hey, Goldbridge, is it overwhelming being so loved by so many Man United fans? I know I can't wait to finish my day so I can watch you, says Zine. I don't know about that. Hey, Mark, watching while at work. When do you think Anthony will get his first starts? Sociedad, next Thursday. Looking at the Brentford and Southampton games that Leicester played, they conceded 4 goals from crosses being beaten, put into the box. Ronaldo should have started, says Bradley. I'm a little bit surprised you think Eric Ten Hag prefers Rashford over Sancho. Isn't Sancho's game best suited? So Stephen, I just know that Ten Hag loves Rashford. That's all I can say. Hi, Mark. Playing pro football raises your chances of dementia by 5 times because of headers. Is dementia necessary for football to remove headers, says River? Well, I mean, it's a very interesting conversation to put 4 minutes before we start a football match. But my daughter plays football, and you're not allowed to head the ball below. If I think it's under 12 football, you can't head the ball. So I think that's right. So there are, we may well live in a time when football heading becomes banned. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Let's hope for the win tonight. We've got to win tonight. I know that. I know as United fans, we never know what to expect, but we do have to win tonight. There's no two ways about it. Got to win. Have to win. Rashford probably trains really well as well, says Derek. Yeah, look, I think you're probably right there. I think Rashford probably does train really well. But we need them to perform on the pitch. I've put too much Arsenal banter out. I can't take a loss. I've gone all in, says SK. Yeah, we need to win tonight. We need to beat Arsenal. That's what I'm asking for. That's what we need to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something out here. I can't understand why it's not working. Yeah, lovely stuff. Okay, make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. We are just about to get ready to start the match here. And Vardy. I mean, I just hope this. I think it'll be a result based on the defense again. We can debate whether Casemiro and Ronaldo should be starting, and I think they both should be starting. But effectively, I think they aren't starting because the defense is the defense is keeping that midfield and attack starting at the moment. That's how I feel. I think that defense is what's been most important. What's Maguire going to do if they ban headers, says Karash? He'll be worth about 8 pence, won't he? That's getting clipped, isn't it? From the US, if you're signing on a free like Depay, does it still need to be before the window closes, says Omar? I think if you're a free agent, I'm not sure that the transfer deadline applies. Mark, how do you manage to have the stamina to do so many live shows? It's just incredible. Don't think anyone else can do it, says Goat. I don't know. I don't know. I put too much Arsenal. I've done that one. Right, I will tell you what's up. Drawty, can you hear me? Do you need me for the start? Yeah. Okay, I will let you know. Is the background a green screen, says Miss Blue Moon? No, it's all real. This is wood. Look. Right, the referee is that one. I can't remember what his name is. Ronaldo and Casemiro sat together. They just, I don't know what they're thinking. Right, we're about ready to go now. Bruno to kick it off. And we're off. And it's a goal kick straight away. Long ball from the kickoff again, which is, again, very Ollie-esque, isn't it? Sure what that's all about. But 2 goalkeepers on the bench, McTominay in the midfield, and long ball from the kickoff. Apart from that, that's probably the only thing we'll get that's anything like the Solskjaer era tonight, hopefully. Yeah, so just remember, we've got the live stats carousel going round. That's the team as it starts. If anyone gets a yellow card or a goal, you'll see a yellow card on their shoulder or a ball on their shoulder. If anyone gets subbed on, you'll see an arrow that they've been subbed on. Same for the Leicester team as well. The league table is updating as it stands as well. So we'll both have a point at the moment. And stats are updating as well by the second. So we'll be able to see the possession stats, shots, etc. And I think tonight, I'm looking at in the first few minutes how deep the line is, because I think we should be playing a high line. I think we need to push Leicester back. Matty McDonald, thank you very much. I think if we play a deep line, we're going to have a very similar game to Southampton, where it's just very, very scrappy and very, very tight. But that line does look a little bit deep to start off with. Good head by Elanga. Now Bruno's got it on the right-hand side. To Rashford, into Elanga, who has got the pace of Johnny Evans there. That's a good bit of play into Bruno. Terrible ball by Bruno. Fucking terrible. It would have been a good ball if it had reached its destination, but that's the excuse of Fred. Nice play there by Varane. Just get it back to the keeper. Nice one, De Gea. Nice little touch early on. Give it back to David. Varane, that's it. And David De Gea just boots it up to Elanga. It's out for a throw-in. Welcome to the Members Club, Matty McDonald. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, we're not pressing. We're playing deep. Look at this. We're playing deep. We're not pushing high up the pitch here. That defensive line is, God, the goalkeeper had it for Leicester, and our defensive line was 10 meters behind the halfway line. So we're worried about those sort of balls, aren't we? The ball over the top to Vardy. So they're going to play a deep line because they're scared of Rashford, and we're going to play a deep line because we're scared of Vardy. So I think it's going to be it's too early to say, but it might be a game of few chances if it's going to be such a big gap between the two defensive lines. I'd take an 80-year-old Casemiro with a Zimmer frame over McTominay. Hopefully they remove headers so he's out of a job, says Will. We've only had a couple of minutes, but we are playing quite deep here. Nice kick out by De Gea into Malacia. That's good. Well done, Rashford. Keep the ball, keep the ball. Nice ball by Eriksen into Bruno. Good tackle. So, interesting start. Plenty of the ball for Varane and Martinez and De Gea, which is good. Get them a feeling the ball early on. McTominay's hiding again. Oh, fuck it. Someone's got to come and take the ball off the back four here. McTominay runs it out of play. So we've got a back four, and then Leicester are sort of playing a four. We need someone to be dropping in between the lines. Love you, Mark, but the missus is sick of your voice, says Isaac. I've heard that so many times. I get used to it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And, I mean, Leicester have started. I mean, we've only had 4 minutes. I'm not going to start talking about looking good on the ball. But McTominay's not even playing as the deepest CDM here. Eriksen's playing a little bit deeper. We're playing a midfield too. Right, here's Sancho off the left. Good play. Elanga with the run. Cleared away. Now Harvey Barnes. He likes to stretch his legs. And good interception by Eriksen there. Good play. Can't wait for Anthony to play against Arsenal on Sunday, says sure. I think he'll be on the bench, mate. I really do. But, you know, let's get this result tonight. I suppose tonight's a massive game, isn't it, really? We lose the first two. We win the next two. I suppose this is the decider, isn't it? Are we going to be a winning team or a losing team? I don't want to... I mean, I'd rather draw than lose, but I think I look at what Arsenal and Spurs did last year, and really, if you're going to lose a few, just make sure you win the rest. Draws don't do you any good. But you've got to be beating bottom of the league. This is good play by Leicester down the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Well done by Varane again. Need that defence to function well tonight. I'd say Leicester would be quite happy with the start here. Go on, good cover by Eric. Eriksen's playing the deepest here. McTominay's more box to box. You know what we need to do in this game? We need to connect the midfield and the attack better. We can't just be looking for this. It's not the Ten Hag way to just keep looking for this ball in behind all the time with pace. It's the United way. It's not the United way. It's the Ollie way, isn't it? It became the Rangnick way because he couldn't get them to press either. So I hope we're going to start evolving into a team that plays the brand of football that we got Ten Hag here for. This sort of football, final third, possession based, lovely play. Oh, unlucky. You know, I want to see us high up the pitch, being careful with the ball, patient, not always looking for the killer pass. Use the ball, get that possession up to 70%. Probe. We've got the players to do it. That's what Ten Hag wants to do. Let's do it. This is better. Eriksen into Rashford. It's not a bad cross. Bruno, bottom corner. Ah, what was that? He got stuck between a rock and a hard place there. A wise one's word said, if you weren't Brazilian, you would just be Marcus Albrighton. If you know, you know, says John Cans. Well, that was a bit better from United. I liked the little patience, the little build-up play. It was a good cross by Rashford. Bruno's in a very good position, but wasted it, really. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he should have, if he was going to shoot like that, he should have gone for the far post. But corner to United, Eriksen. Come on, Varane. You did it on the FIFA career mode. Headed away. Another corner to United. There's a mismatch there with McTominay. He's much bigger than the other lad. Throw in this time. %55% possession for United so far. Let's start moving that up a bit. Let's move the ball. Let's be confident with the ball. Yeah, good comment there from Bayhan. Ronaldo's not going to start against Arsenal when we're bypassing the midfield and hitting long balls. You're right. I said it after the Southampton game. Brilliant result, but we're not playing how Ten Hag played at Ajax yet. Well done, Tillemans there on Bruno. Oh, he's given a foul. We'll take it. I don't think it was a foul, but probably was. Come on, let's use this ball. Malacia, nice ball in there. Nice little flick, but Rashford, good tackle by Malacia. Come on, we're starting to get a bit of possession up the pitch here. Build the momentum. Malacia with the throw. Come on. Just throw it. That's what you got to do. Come on. That's a nice little play. Nice little link up. Go on, Eriksen. Bend it. Oh, good play. Good play. Nice little link up between Bruno, Sancho. Throw in, one touch Bruno. Back to Bruno, Sancho. Back to Bruno. Lays it to Eriksen. And I tell you what, Eriksen hits a lovely shot. And if that's on target, that's in. Unlucky that. Good play. That's what I want to see in the final third. Looking after the ball. Not looking for the killer pass all the time. 1 or 2 passes, get a chance. McTominay with the header. Leicester. Delo's covered the run well there. Rashford's quite strong. Tillemans. Leicester want this. Well in by Varane. Oh, lovely play by Varane. Very strong. Lovely play by Varane, that was. Foul on McTominay. Would have been offside. Eriksen. Well, didn't go in anyway. Still good build-up play. Sancho on the left. Erik ten Hag preparing for Antony, says Alvin. Yeah. It was a good tackle by Varane, El Drago. He's had a good start again. Oh, Johnny Evans gives it into Bruno. Come on, Bruno. Simple pass, simple pass. Oh, what the fuck's that, Bruno? Calm it down. Leicester just passing it out from the back here. It's a little bit easy. And Delo does well. Varane, confident. That's good play. That's good play between Delo and Varane and Eriksen. Very good, confident play out from the back. Alanga's getting bullied a bit, says Chiri. Thought Cass would have started this Scooby-Doo again, says Blink. I think United are doing all right here. McTominay's playing more advanced. Like, as I said, Eriksen's playing the deeper midfield. Eriksen's playing as the holding midfielder. Like, McTominay's not playing as a holding midfielder in this game. I tweeted about it about 5 minutes ago. Eriksen is the deepest midfielder. McTominay's playing more box to box, which many of us have said over time that McTominay is a crap centre defensive midfielder and shouldn't be playing in that role. And if he's ever going to be a footballer, he's got to play more box to box. And he is playing more box to box. How do you think the defence is doing so far, says James King? It's doing well. I'm very happy with United's defence. It looks rock solid again so far. And again, I mean, I'd say it's similar to Southampton. If we can defend like this and keep a clean sheet, you just need that moment again, which you always fancy Manchester United to get that moment. When will Donny get his chance, says Pablo? When will Maguire get his chance? When Casemiro get his chance? When's Ronaldo going to get his chance? You know, I'm sure it will come. Alanga's been very quiet. Rashford, I just feel Rashford down the middle is just there waiting for a slip to run through one-on-one, which is absolutely fine, but you need more from your forward than that. We can't just play a centre forward every game who's only good at running in behind. That's a lovely ball by Rashford into Alanga, though. Come on, cut it back. It's not a good cross by Alanga there. He's got bloody ages. He's got the cut back. He's got the far post, and he puts it straight on a Leicester player's head. Lovely ball by Rashford, though. Good to see him getting involved. Because, as I say, you can't just play up front and be there for the ball on the behind. He's got to get involved in the link-up. That was very good. Eriksen deep means he will be off for Casemiro, says Connor Wilson. Well, maybe people are getting it wrong. You know, it's a very good point. Maybe the decision was to play Eriksen or Casemiro because like I say, McTominay's playing in a box-to-box role here. It's a foul on Varane. Brave. Maguire's had his chance, Mark. Glazer's out, says Paul Roscoe. And will take a lot of time to play the Eric Ten Hag way, says Mac. Can only hope they improve the fluidity and confidence from match to match. I agree. I think the disappointing thing about the I want to see us play with 70% possession, a high line, and dominate teams like Ajax did. And I think long term, that's probably what we will do. But you're right; it probably will take a long time to be able to do that. And I think because we saw it in pre-season, everyone thought it was just going to happen. And then we saw it against Brighton and Brentford, and we couldn't do it. And I think we can play high intensity, high possession football when it's a pre-season game, and it doesn't matter. But I think in the Premier League, it's going to take a little bit longer. Good to see De Gea playing off his line. The problem is we're having to hit a lot of long balls, and we just haven't got the players for that long ball. 15 minutes gone. I'm relatively happy so far. I'd like to see a bit more chance creation, but I'm relatively happy. Good to hear the Glazers out chant being sang. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. You're welcome on the United Stand community. Big game at the weekend against Arsenal to come as well. Honestly, Mark, McTominay's selection is confusing. He's so below average and has minimal impact on the game, says Anil. I think he's a steady Eddie, isn't he? He's a steady Eddie. I mean, he's just given up a stupid foul there that Leicester have played on. What we don't want to see is Leicester growing in confidence in this game. It's a good ball by Maddison. Bit of a foot on it by Sancho. Then a bit of a foot on it by a Leicester player. Now Maddison picks it up. Where's the press? Somebody go to Maddison. Delo's having a good game again. Back five looks good again, doesn't it? I mean, I say back five. I mean the back four. De Gea's had nothing to do, really. But cross comes in. Well done by Martinez. Second ball. Delo's there again. Bruno. Rashford doesn't hold it up. Come on, lads. Work a bit harder. Rashford getting a bit angry there, but contain it. Keep the work going. That's not a foul. Maddison bounces into Eriksen. That's not a foul. Go on, Eriksen. How can that be a foul? You bloody knobhead. It's not a foul. Maddison bounces into Eriksen. That's not a foul. You can see the body movement. That's a rubbish decision. De Gea's hitting long balls are making me crazy. He's a brilliant keeper, but he keeps giving the ball away, says Ryan. I mean, I think he's probably been told to do that. He did it against Southampton. Eric Ten Hag never changes the way he plays like he used to, says Edward. David thinks we're starting to slowly lose the midfield battle. We don't want to let Leicester grow in confidence. I mean, they're bottom of the league. I would like to have seen us play a bit more on the ball. I think we're playing exactly the same way as we did against Southampton, and it may be good enough because keep a clean sheet, score a goal. But I would like to see us just take the momentum a little bit more. But that's not a foul. It is, but it's not. He clearly bounced into Eriksen, but easy save for De Gea there from Dewsbury Hall. Martinez has been winning all the headers, says Aditya. Yeah, he has. He has. I mean, I don't think he's going to struggle much today against Jamie Vardy in the air, but that's a good ball. Goes out for a goal kick. 20 minutes gone. What's your thoughts on the first 20 minutes? Said on Twitter there, I think we've been strong defensively, but not a lot going on in the attack again. It's not massively entertaining. On the other hand, it's effective. Sancho, Bruno and Elanga are not having a good game, says Chiri. Paying particular attention to McTominay. I haven't seen him involved in anything in 20 minutes. I mean, he's done all right. I don't think McTominay's been bad. I mean, I don't think he was bad against Southampton. He's done all right. Prem fans in Australia need to be up between 12 and 5. Do you think British fans could give up sleep to watch their team lose 4-0 to Brentford, to Robinson Crusoe? McTominay always holds back when opposition have ball in front of him. When Casemiro came on last week, he would sprint to close down every time, says Oliver. And I know Maguire will play again. Hold on a minute. Rashford. Sancho. 1-0. 1-0 to Manchester United. I don't know what happens there, but Sancho makes it 1-0. I'm assuming there's not going to be an offside. And I think Leicester make a big mistake here. But I think it must be a mistake because I wasn't actually paying attention. I was just looking at Angry Brit, who says, I know Maguire will play again, but what a breath of fresh air. Brendan Rodgers is looking at the screen. Ericsson clears it. It goes back to the keeper. This is where I looked away, stupidly, and United didn't. It's a long kick. And then Delo hits it into Bruno, into Rashford, and then to Sancho. Well, it's not Sancho's offside when Bruno hits it, but the pass is to Rashford, so it's a goal. He just becomes active at the right time. That can't be offside. It's just very, very clever play by Manchester United, and it's 1-0. I don't see the problem with that. It's not offside. It's just quick by Manchester United, and you've got to give a massive credit to Delo again. The way Delo gets it into Bruno, we end up in a position where it's a 3 against 3 or a 3 against 2. Leicester just switch off at the back and United take advantage of it. You've got to applaud it. And Jadon Sancho with the goal. Good ball by Rashford, good ball by Bruno, and big shout out to Delo because he's the one who bypasses that midfield of Leicester and exploits the fact that they're a bit all over the place. And as I said, it's not been massively entertaining by Manchester United so far, but it's been effective. Very important to get the goal. Now, look at this. Delo. Bit of Man United with the tails up here. Delo. Oh, he tries to find Rashford. Elanga looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, says Stiggy. And Leicester, like a team at the bottom of the league, they're going to make those mistakes. And they have. And Man United lead 1-0. Favourite cheese, Mark? Big up, my buddy, says James. Favourite cheese? Probably Wensleydale. Not a massive cheese eater, really. Rashford adding assets to his game. Tears in my eyes, says Justin. I still think Rashford's better off the left. It's going to take a lot of convincing for me. And I like Rashford, as many people know, but I think he's a left forward. I think that's his best position. I don't think he's a centre forward. I just do not think he's a centre forward. But Project Rashford, let's wait and see. Maybe that's what he's going to be. Last 2 games, he started as a centre forward, hasn't he? United certainly playing with a lot more confidence now. I'll tell you what, that defence is very good. Martinez. What a ball by Martinez that is. Final man, and he finds a pass. Oh, look at this. I'm loving that. Some of the build-up play from Manchester, some of the play out the back was brilliant. And the attack continues with Malacia. This is brilliant by Manchester United from the back. This can end with a chance. Delow's got it now. That was lovely play out from the back, dictated to by Martinez. Eriksson is going to shoot. Good play. Ends with a shot. Can't argue with that. It was never going to go in, but considering we're on the edge of our own box, the way we played that out through Martinez and Bruno and all the way up the pitch, everyone getting involved, that's what you want to see. Patterns of play, not panicking. Do you think under Ollie, Rashford would have shot rather than slip through to Sancho, says Dean? I think you can see from that build up on that play there, it's ingrained in everybody to try and find a pass. And most of the time they are finding a pass. Now Leicester are in here. It's not a bad cross. Martinez is there. That's an easy catch for De Gea. And 26 minutes gone. 1-0 to Manchester United. We'll have some of that. Did I just see good football from a United side, says Jack. Well, that's what I want to see. That's what I expect to see. Question is now, where does Anthony go? Angry Brit, if we're watching the same game, he goes straight onto the right wing because Alanga's done nothing. I mean, I like Alanga, but I think he's over-promoted. I think he should be in the Championship on loan. It's like picking James Garner last season in the midfield. He wouldn't have been ready for it, and I don't think Alanga's ready. I think Alanga puts a shift in. Dan James puts a shift in. Like, Anthony's got that spot on lockdown. Delow, I think, has just been booked. He gets booked a lot. He does get booked a lot, Delow. Seriously impressed by our fullbacks. Delow has seriously improved, and Malacia has been a great signing, and I can't see Shaw getting back in the side, says Nick. Luke Shaw's injured as well. Sancho, cool as you like. Goldbridge, says Shannon. And let's go United, sneak in the game at work, says Ruben. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. That league table is as it stands. Man United currently up into 5th. If this stays a win, we need the win. We need to win today, and we need to win on Sunday. And then, and only then, do I think we're starting to get our season back on track after those 2 losses. Leicester is the perfect spot for Pochettino. Talent is there. Glazers out, says Tamba. A lot of space in the midfield with both teams playing a deep defensive line. Says Ben talks football could be a high-scoring game. Have to win the midfield battle. And do you think it'll be a test for Martinez on Sunday, says Game Pro? Here's Bruno. Rashford's through the middle. Oh, keeper's done really well there. That's why Rashford's in the team for that ball. But the weight of pass by Bruno was just a little bit off. Good play there by Bruno, but a bit unfortunate in the tackle. I mean, I don't think Leicester have been that bad, but we've just moved the ball around better. That's it. Back to David. Well up, Rashford. Oh, McTominay. I thought it was going to be a foul. That Dewsbury Hall is a real weakness in that Leicester team. You know, he's slow. Is Sancho. Lovely play. Oh, unlucky. Back to Bruno. Come on, back to Eriksson. I don't know if I'm over, Mark. Crap players rewarded for mediocrity again. GOAT and 10 Champions League on the bench. Insanity, says James. We're winning the game, though, James. I think Leicester's heads have dropped here as well. Need to go and get the second goal and kill the game off. Somebody just said Sancho, Martial, and Rashford would be a good front three. We've just spent 100 million euros on Anthony. He's going straight into that team. That Leicester defence is vulnerable as well. I mean, Johnny Evans and Samari at centre back. It's got to be vulnerable, hasn't it? Fofana's. I mean, who have they got at centre back? Fofana's. Sionku's on the bench, and I think he's out of contract and he's been shit for ages. Isn't Dewsbury Hall a spin-off of Downton Abbey, says Sean Finity? I don't think Leicester are a bad team. I just think their mentality's gone, which is odd for the start of the season. I think some of these players thought they were going to get moves and they didn't. And, you know, as we've seen as United fans, when the team morale is not right, it'll cost you the game. And our team morale is a lot better than it was. Lovely ball by Eriksen into Sancho here. Eriksen's playing the De Jong role really well, says Dave. Yeah, but if we're going to use Eriksen in the De Jong role, why did we buy Casemiro? Because Casemiro's a CDM. If we're going to play a playmaker deep, that's not what Casemiro is. I'm interested to see how he's going to get Casemiro into this team because he's got to do it. Ten Hag is like King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. Says, let's not run away with that. We did lose our first 2 games of the season. It's still very early days. But I think since he's changed that back four, it's given us a platform to build on because half an hour again and that back four looks really good again, doesn't it? It just doesn't look troubled at all. And Leicester have created nothing. Like nothing. I can't remember a shot. Poor Elangari just cannot get hold of the ball, says Lee. 33 minutes gone. Make sure you scan the QR code for Manscaped. It just went right there. You can go through the link in the description. They're sponsoring the stream. Links in the description. 20% off with the code United Stand and free worldwide shipping. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Fantastic products. Just turn mine on. I'm not going to start using it, but they are fantastic and it makes a big difference. So check them out. Leicester now with a bit of a chance. Nice ball. Varane just reads it perfectly. Lovely little interception. And United at the moment looking more likely to get the second goal. And I think if we get the second goal, it's not game over, but Eriksen makes a massive difference to the team. Whenever we look we're Ollie balling, he just takes control with a clever, calm pass, says Nick P. I'd still play Fred instead of McTominay despite losing the height advantage, says Angry Brit. And what about left-footed Anthony on the left and Sancho on the right? No, Aki. We need inverted wingers here. How do you think Anthony will get on this season, says Roberts? I think he goes straight into the team, mate. Don't matter if we're winning, play your best players, says James. A lot of space in that midfield, as I say. Both teams are playing a deep line, and it's given us so much space in the midfield. Bruno back into Sancho. Into Malacia. Oh, good interception by Johnny Evans. Go on, Delo. It's not a great layoff by Rashford, that. Delo again. He makes such a difference, Delo. Rashford shooting from there. That should have been another pass into Delo, really. Alanga. Ooh. just tweeting there about Ericsson. He dictates the tempo of this team so well. He's the metronome. He's the Carrick. Oh, that's poor by Alanga there. He's just not getting into the game, Alanga, again, is he? Hard working, yes. Oh, Bruno. Come on then. That's not a bad ball into Rashford. Cut it back, cut it back. Sancho. Oh, blocked. Nearly the link up again between Rashford and Sancho there. It's a good cross by Rashford, and we need more danger and quality in the box. Rashford doesn't pose as much as the threat as Ronaldo. Surely in the team just for pace. Your thoughts, says Anil. Yeah, look, I think Ten Hag likes that pace, doesn't he? So well, that was not a bad shot by Harvey Barnes. You can tell by David De Gea. He's a little. I mean that's probably Leicester's best chance of scoring, isn't it? Something out of nothing worldy, because the way Harvey Barnes hits that. No, I think David De Gea knows it's all right, to be honest. Just looking at the way David De Gea looked at that, and I think for a moment he was a bit concerned. It's not far off. A metre off the top corner. Eight minutes to go. This is why I was over the moon to get Ericsson, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, he's been brilliant, Robert. He's just dictating the play, slowing the game down. McTominay's never going to be that player. He can't do it. And Bruno's never going to be that player because he's just not patient enough. But Ericsson is just so important to that team. It's going to be really, as I say, I'm very interested. Ebbs, welcome to the Members Club. I'm very interested to see how Casemiro comes into this team, because you cannot not use you cannot not use Ericsson. He's so important, and he obviously likes Bruno, and McTominay's done okay. So Casemiro coming into this team is really important. How it happens. Delo's look quality. I'm a big fan of Delo this season, Joshua. I gave him man of the match, didn't I, against Southampton? Massive part in the goal again as well. The way he gets it up front quick. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Ronaldo and Casemiro are warming up, Finder, but so's Fred and everybody else. So I don't think it means there's any subs happening at half-time. Champions League next week as well. Man United, this time next week, will be playing Real Sociedad in the Europa League. Mark, I'm on holiday in France. My brother Danny is in London, both following the Watchalong. Love being underdogs this year. Let's use that energy, says Rob. I hope you're having a good time, Rob and Danny. Alanga needs to come off. Keeps giving the ball away, says James. I like Alanga. I don't know whether he's going to ever play for Man United long term. He puts a shift in, but there's a quality issue there. And, he's a bit of a passenger, really. He's warm in the seat for Alanga, isn't he? Mark, do you think we should loan Richard Neal, says Thomas? I certainly think against Arsenal, you can't start Alanga against Tierney, because he'll just, Good tackle by Delo again. He's having a great game. Having a brilliant game, Delo. Right. Watch out. Nice slide. Oh, Varane's read that. Brilliant. Brilliant by Varane again. He's playing so well. Varane and Martinez are playing so well. And Alanga just loses the ball again. We win a throw-in. Thoughts on Aubameyang to Chelsea, says Greg. I think it is what it is. They need to do some business, don't they? I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm sure they'd be like, I mean, Chelsea would love to have a Haaland or something like that, but this late in the window, it's better than nothing. He could do well. I don't want to misunderstand. Are you really doubting Casemiro won't be an improvement on McTominay, says Carlos? No, what I'm saying, Carlos, is that where Eriksen's playing, he's playing as the deepest midfielder. Well, Casemiro is not a box-to-box player, which is what McTominay's doing. So, it'd be interesting to see how we work Casemiro into this team. I mean, you've got to work him into the team. He's one of the best holding midfielders in the world. Thoughts on Aubameyang? We've done that one. And Mark, do you think there could be a mutual agreement between Man United and Ronaldo to renew his contract if we get a Champions League spot, or would we refuse, says Leandro? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Ronaldo, Daniel. Not Daniel, Leandro. Thanks for the super chat, Daniel. Alanga just isn't starting quality. Will be a decent quality squad player with his pace and seems to have the right attitude. I think that's a very good assessment, Charlie, to be fair. 3 minutes away from half-time. Why are inverted wingers better, says Aki? It's just the modern way, isn't it? The inverted winger allows the fullback to overlap, and it also means you can have a better shot on goal. If you look at Sancho, even on the goal, running in from the left on his right foot, it's easier for him to round the keeper from that angle. Hold on, Leicester on the attack here. He's crap, that Dewsbury Hall. Oh, that's a foul by Malacia. Tobias Toff, thank you. Oh, he's going to book Malacia. That's a bit harsh. Both fullbacks booked. That's a bit harsh, that. Never a yellow, says Sean. No, I think, yeah, a bit. I'm not happy with that. McTominay's absolutely average, says Gertchen. Yeah, but when he's average, he's not bad, is he? 3 minutes to go to half time. First chance for Leicester actually to whip across into the box. They've had no corners. They've had no free kicks like this. This might be their best chance of getting a goal with the likes of Johnny Evans and Ndidi. See what happens with it. Maddison, front post. Bruno. Go on, keep it in, keep it in. That's not a bad ball. Put Casemiro where Eriksen is and move Eriksen where McTominay is, says Brian. Thanks, Brian. And do you think Ronaldo has stayed because Erik's promised him Europa League game time, benching him for Premier League to start him in the Europa, says Jacob? Why would he be more interested in starting in the Europa League over the Premier League? Is it just me, or is Rashford useless and jogging in the park? Well, he's got an assist, mate. Ronaldo. Good, you are winning. It will make you overconfident for Sunday, says Zane. Mate, I'm looking forward to Sunday, but we've got to win tonight. Sunday will take care of itself, and I'm not going to start running ahead saying we're going to win. I think we have to beat Arsenal, but we've got to win this game first. In fairness, Alanga gave Trent hassle, says Citizen. Oh, Rashford. Sancho doesn't get hold of it. Even in Madrid team, Cruz acts as the metronome. He usually takes the ball off the centre-backs. Casemiro usually plays as a destroyer and someone who can recycle possession at the opposite half, says Ragaf. And do you remember when you wanted Rodgers, says Rich? Well, I think Brendan Rodgers has been a good coach. I mean, at Swansea, he was very good. And at times at Leicester, he's been very good. I don't think you can say that. Remember when you wanted Brendan Rodgers, now you look an idiot. Because remember when we were all singing Ollie's at the wheel, give him a contract. Like, things change. If Maguire continues to miss game time for Man United, does his spot in the England national team start to come under threat, as the contrarian? Way too early to talk about that. Way too early to talk about that. At the end of the day, Varane, I'll be very surprised if he stays fit for the next month. And then Maguire's back in. Man United should hit half-time here, 1-0 up. Leicester have done nothing. That defence holding firm again. moment, it's been a routine night at the office for Manchester United. Not scintillating, but built on a strong defence again and a moment of clinical play, very similar to Southampton. I don't think Leicester have been bad, but I don't think they've created anything. And again, that defence has just been very strong. Harvey Barnes with the cross, and it's Varane with the header again. And that will be half-time. And I've got to say, very, very impressed with our Manchester United again. Why are people watching? McTominay's doing okay, and Rashford is okay too. Against the way Leicester are doing okay. Bit of experience from Ericsson looks good, says SK. Yeah, well, look, thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Manchester United leading 1-0 at half-time. I've got to say that defence, again, has been the platform for the team to go and get the goal. I don't think we've played superbly well in that first half as an attack. We haven't been bad. The midfield's not been bad. I think it's been a bit better than Southampton, to be fair. But the defence just looks solid. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed that Delo and Malacia have got yellow cards. I certainly don't think Malacia should have got one. But Varane and Martinez, they've just not given Vardy a sniff. And yet again, David De Gea's had nothing to do. That defence is just building results for us. And I don't want to take anything away from Sancho or the attack, but we haven't created loads of chances. I mean, look, we've had 2 shots on target. They've had 1 on target. And possession, it's 50-50. So when you look at those stats on the screen there, it's a very equal game. In fact, Leicester have nearly had the same amount. I'm quite surprised that an Eric Ten Hag side has had 50-50 possession with Leicester. But I think tactically, the passing accuracy is very similar as well. I think tactically, that's not something that you would see with Ajax, and that's not something we saw in pre-season. But it's what we've seen in the last couple of games, especially away from home. We're playing a slightly deeper line, and we're looking for that moment on the attack, which we got with Sancho. But we're basing it all on a very strong defence, and that defence looks very solid again. And I have to applaud that. I have to applaud that. Applaud that. It's many a long time since I've been that confident with the United back four. And I say back four because, look, David De Gea has done nothing wrong, but he's not had any shots to save. That defence is solid. Delo, very impressive again, and had a massive part in the transition for the goal. Varane looks superb. I'd give him the captain's armband. He looks so good. Martinez, so assured, so good on the ball, so strong in the tackle. Organisation between Varane and Martinez and the line, it's perfect. They're solid. Malacia getting forward like Delo as well. So, I mean, for me, again, the defence has been the big standout. Midfield, Ericsson, fantastic. Metronome, dictator, getting on the ball, running the game, composure, magnificent. McTominay's been a steady Eddie. He has. He's been steady, McTominay. And Bruno has been Bruno. Had a part in the goal. He's always involved in the moments where we nearly score. And then he's wasteful as well. Bruno's been Bruno. I think Bruno's been okay as well. Rashford got an assist. He's done reasonably well. Sancho with the goal. He's done well. Alanga, I think we all know Alanga's the weak link, but he's a young lad. He's working hard. He's going to be out the team for Anthony anyway. So, look, that United team, we are playing bottom of the league. We need to put them to bed now. 1-0 can be a dangerous scoreline. It only takes one moment for Leicester to get back in the game. Let's get the second goal. And got a massive game against Arsenal on Sunday, but there's still work to be done in the second half. But look, what I would say is we do need the second goal. You can't just rely on a strong defence because any defence concede a goal in the Premier League. We're building confidence in the team. Calm play. It's a step in the right direction, and they're way better. They way to be better attacking wise, says Doran. It's nice to get up for games again now that we are playing better, but we need these owners gone. Glazers out, says Brian. Rashford and Alanga have been terribly wasteful in possession. Ronaldo and Anthony time soon, says Joseph. Poster boy, thanks very much for your super chat. We're playing some good plays, feel very confident, content. We should easily win from here. We need the next goal, Kyo. After 3 seasons, it feels strange having full confidence in our defence. Yes, Scraggles, happy Sancho is showing up. Always backed him when others doubted him, says Scraggles. Yeah, the defence is the key again. This is what we need to build on. Defence is in check now. We can focus on building the players' confidence in possession and in attack, says Benjamin. Mark, I don't agree with any of the yellow cards, says Drub. I didn't really see the Delo one, but I don't agree with the Malacia one. Aram, we need a goalkeeper that can play from the back. All we are doing is passing it to him and he's holding it, hooping it forward. Evolution of the team, says Aram. Yes and no. A lot of the time when De Gea is hitting it long, the players are turning their back on him. So who's he meant to be passing it to, really? Mohit says, hi, Mark. Why is Rashford not making any runs? And Abby says, both fullbacks on bookings and no alternatives on the bench. Yeah, they've got to be a bit careful, Abby. Daniel, welcome to Members Club. Alanga showing no signs of Mbappe and Neymar-like attitude with skills of an under-21 side player, says Jazz. It's games like these. Leicester wish they still had Maguire. I think there's still a chance we can get 30 million off them for him, says Moyad. Not unless we're going to do it at half-time. Rashford keeps making bad decisions in attack. We should be 2-0 up, says Amar. I'll get Frankie for you by John Murta, says Sheikh. And if McTominay went up for sale, which teams do you honestly think would bid for him, says Oliver Hunt. I hope this much bench time doesn't hurt Ronaldo's chances for Portugal, says Anshul. I don't understand the bias. Scott has been one of the better players in the midfield, breaking up play and moving it forward a lot more than steady, says Jack. Mate, that's as good as you're going to get for me from McTominay. He's been steady. He's been okay. But you've got Casemiro on the bench, mate. Like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? McTominay's been brilliant and he should be playing every game. I'm being kind. He's done okay, McTominay, but you've got Casemiro sat on the bench. I'm not going to be that person that starts saying, yeah, this midfield's the future. Like, we all know at some point McTominay's got to come out. But I will say he's done all right the last couple of games. It's been a while since I could say United had a composed performance, never really looked panicked when off the ball, says Stephen. And no meaningful possession when we have it, Mark. Definitely not the Ten Hag way. Slightly disappointing, but hopefully we can kick on in the second half, says Joshua. I already see that Eric Ten Hag is gradually setting up bits of pattern from the back line, just as he did with Ajax. It just needs time, says Vincent. And Celtic v Real Madrid on That's Football Tuesday, Mark, says Jordan. Maybe. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very, very welcome. I mean, look, we purposely put the stats up at half-time because I don't think we've ever had a manager where the stats are so important. If you want to know the quintessential Ten Hag performance, it's 70% possession. It's double. It's 10 shots on goal. 10 total shots, 10 shots. It's double the amount of passes, and the passing accuracy is up nearly 89%. Clearly, we're not achieving that at the moment. We didn't achieve that against Southampton because I think and also we play a high line in a quintessential Eric Ten Hag performance. So I do think that when it comes to Manchester United at the moment, I feel that he's building it on the back four and he's working it in a way where we don't concede and we rely on those moments that we know we're going to get. Now, people will say, well, is that not very similar to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? And looking at this goal back, by the way, everybody is positioned terribly. It's a goal kick. It's a kick out from the Leicester goalkeeper. That Leicester team is all over the place. And they've ended up with a 3v2. And I don't know why they do it, but it's a lovely ball by Delo. And from that point, they're in all sorts of trouble. It's a 3v2. Sancho's offside, but he gets himself back onside. The fullbacks of Leicester have pushed on. And, basically that's a bad goal by Leicester to concede, but it's a very good goal by Manchester United. One step at a time, says James. Yes, I think that's what I was trying to say in a very elongated way. It's one step at a time for Manchester United. We got beat 4-0 by Brentford. We got beat 2-1 by Brighton, and we deserve to get beat. We're now playing with a defence that doesn't look like it's going to concede. Back to basics. Arteta did it at Arsenal. He built it off the defence and gradually built his team. And I think Eric Ten Hag would have been a fool to keep playing wide open football and trying to dominate teams because you'd get beat again. So we've got to build it on a strong defence. And I think gradually that team will become more confident and progress further up the pitch. People are throwing Rashi under the bus for no reason. He was all right. They're acting like he was terrible. I thought he was all right as well, Zag. Ten Hag is probably saving Casemiro for Arsenal since we have a short week, so understand why he's going with McTominay right now. Steady performance, says Wano. And please say hi to sons Luca and Louis for me. They are both Prats and need telling, says Dino. Thank you, Dino. Can I just say as well, big shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring the stream today. The link is in the description. You can get 20% off and free shipping worldwide. You can also scan the QR code when it comes up on the screen. What is Manscaped? Well, basically, it's manscaping for men. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Fantastic products. You get your light there for a more precise shave. It's waterproof. Electromagnetic induction charging, which means it's wireless. Adjustable lengths there as well. You've got the performance package where you can get things like the weed whacker, which is for the nose, which is a godsend. And makes a very big difference downstairs. You won't look back. You'll just be looking down going, wow. Links in the description. 20% off with the code United Stand and free shipping worldwide. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Manscaped for supporting the channel. Manscaped is the bollocks, says Great. Exactly. So, do we think we see any more? Do you think we'll see any more? Do you think we'll see any more changes at half time? Well, I don't think we'll see any, so I don't think we'll see any more. Mark, Ronaldo is not a bench player. Eric Ten Hag is mocking him, says Humza. Ten Hag can improve McTominay like he can Rashford, says Kian. Look, Kian, we're winning 1-0. I'm very, very happy, but I will say this to you, and I'll say it once. What is it you're trying to achieve? If you want McTominay to improve and be a first-team player for Manchester United, what are we going to do with Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno? Like, get real. We've just spent £60 million on a player that's going to be 31 this year. He's not a development player. He's a player for the now. Casemiro's got to go into that team, and he's got to play and start most games for that price. At some point, that's got to happen. McTominay's done reasonably well in that first half, but at some point, Casemiro's got to come into that team, yeah? Otherwise, what have we bought him for? So it's got to happen at some point. Zakaria to Chelsea says, AKA, welcome to the Members Club, David, Darren, and Pushan says, Eric Ten Hag is a pro manager, which the previous manager was not. We can see this just from game day 5. Thank you very much, Pushan. I don't bring Ronaldo into that equation. I'm a massive fan of Ronaldo, but I've got to be honest. In a game like this and a game like Southampton, I don't actually know that Ronaldo works. How many crosses are we putting into the box? How often are we spending around the edge of the box of Leicester? It is, as much as I don't agree with Ronaldo being on the bench, we're not spending a lot of time in Leicester's penalty box, are we? So, for an away performance, the pace of Elanga and Rashford, whilst it's quite limited and it is very it's very limited on the Elanga side. Rashford's done okay, I think, but you can sort of see why he's doing it. I don't think we're pressing ridiculously well from the front, by the way. I've not seen ridiculous energy and intensity in the press. I think we've been structured quite well in the press, but I haven't seen amazing energy. They've played through us quite a few times. But I think what we're looking for is, because we're the away team, because the line's a bit deeper, I think we are looking to just stretch Leicester with pace a bit. And Ronaldo's not going to do that. So I think if we actually become the team that Ajax were, then Ronaldo becomes very important, because you look at the way he used Haller. They're 70% possession. They're right on the halfway line with their defensive line, and they're spending a lot of time around the edge of the box of the opposition. But at the moment, we're not doing that. So I can sort of see why he's doing what he's doing. Can a woman use Manscaped? And if so, what would the slogan be? Trim the grass to what? Says Mike Thomas. Don't know. Maybe you should come up with that. Hi, Mark. Call my dad Chris a Pratt, says Panit. Manscaped makes you bigger. All that needs to be said, Mark. Also, Man United should have gone for Joel Linton, says Harry O'Kane. And Michael Shelley says, Mark, you have to admit he's getting the best out of the players that were previously struggling. Everyone's learning effort will be rewarded, says Michael Shelley. Look, I'm very happy with Man United at the moment. We're winning 1-0. I just think there is an evolution of that team, and we will surely see it at some point. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're all very, very welcome. We're on the road to 467,000. We are currently 300 away. So click that button and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. United Stands live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. We have previews, reactions. In fact, the match reaction after this, you can do your player ratings. You can vote for every player, marking them out of 10, 6 being the average, star for your man of the match. That gets aggregated on the match reaction. So you get the most accurate and voted for player ratings in the world. So get involved with that. Also, every game's a watch along. Get involved with the United Stand. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. I'm not expecting any subs at half-time, to be honest with you. Not at all. I'm going to have a stretch. Pardon me for my pajamas. Sometimes I just wear my pajamas in the winter. So, yeah, just having a bit of a stretch with the back there. Lovely stuff. Trim the bush so you can Andrew. It wasn't an open invitation. Angry Brit has just gifted 10 United Stand memberships. Big shout out to Angry Brit. John Denton did it before earlier, and Angry Brit has done it now. Thank you, mate. You're a legend. Thank you very much. What do I think is going to happen in the second half? Much of the same, really. I think that as long as we can keep that defence going, I think we'll be all right. Pear says womanscape to make the bush look trimmer, and womanscape keeping the landing strip bumpless, says Diego. I mean, this is just now going somewhere I don't want it to go. Why do people think that we are going to play like Ajax after 4.5 games with 10 Hag, says Michael Slater? I tell you why, Michael, because we did it in pre-season and people thought it was just going to happen automatically. Sean A, welcome to the Members Club. So the players are coming out for the second half here. Look, at the end of the day, if we can just limit Leicester to what we've limited them in the first half, we win the game. Shannon, thank you very much. Right. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. If you want to get yourself some Manscaped and try it out, 20% off with the code United Stand. Links in the video description. And it's free delivery worldwide. Check it out. Fantastic products. I keep turning it on. I do need to use it, actually. Jonathan McHugh, but I'm not going to do it now. Welcome to the Members Club, and Matthew Rocks as well. Right, we're just about to start the second half here. Barmer, welcome to the Members Club. We're off. There we go. Second half's kicked off. Opinion on Bournemouth sacking Parker. Will you be supporting Dyche's bid, says Chris? Well, welcome to the Members Club, Colt Productions. Here we go, Bruno. Nice play. Bruno, come on. Rashford. Oh, too easy tackle there by Johnny Evans. Ericsson will dictate the game better with a player like Casemiro next to him, says Eno. And are you gifting out memberships today, Mark? No, King, I'm not planning on doing it. A clean sheet would feel like a win in itself, says Derek. Yeah, I want us to start building that defence. Oh, Rashford, you've got to make that pass. It was a good link-up play, but he's got to make the pass there. Switch on. We've had a couple of chances to go 2-0 up. Well, we've not had the chances, but we've had a couple of chances to make good opportunities, but the passing's just been a little bit early second half. Right, Sancho, come on. Into Rashford. And again, that's 3 passes in a row from Rashford that have just not been quite at it. Switch on and we'll finish this game. What did I think about Scott Parker getting the sack? I mean, there's probably more to it, but I thought it was a bit of a joke. Sean Carroting, thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club. What do you think Ten Hag's court ceiling is this season, says Ryan? I don't think we're at that point yet where we can really analyse what United are going to do. I was saying today about whether we can get top 4, and I think at the start of the season I would have said no, but after the signings we've made and the start of the season that Chelsea have had and Liverpool have had, I mean, if you'd said to me at the start of the season, I would have said Liverpool, Man City, Spurs, Chelsea will get top 4. But Arsenal have obviously got themselves in the equation. And I think Chelsea and Liverpool look a bit vulnerable. So, top 4 is not set in stone. And if United start playing good football and winning a lot of games, we can get top 4. But I think it's going to take a few more games for us yet to realise what we're all about. Because if we win tonight and then we beat Arsenal, it's 4 wins in a row and you start thinking we can have a really good season. But then you're like, have we got rid of those Brentford and Brighton games, or can they still exist? One thing that's very evident is that teams are really struggling to play through us, aren't they? Teams are just not creating chances at the moment, and that's full credit to the defence. Again, they just can't pass through. As Ericsson with the interception, and United are back in possession again. And building up the attack. Malacia, Rashford into Bruno. That's good play. He's not going to get anywhere against Varane here. He's given the foul and he's booking him as well. That's 3 of our fucking... This ref's a bloody joke. This ref is a bloody joke. He's booked all of... It's a joke. He's booked 3 of our back 4 for first-time tackles. Unbelievable. He's having a fucking laugh. I can't believe 3 of our back 4 are on yellow cards. Leicester with a free kick. It's not a great place to shoot. So I think they'll cross it in here. Maddison's on it. Wow, he might shoot. He might shoot. I feel it's a bit far out, but he might have a go. I think he's going to shoot. Oh, good. I think De Gea makes a good save there because I'd like to see that again. I mean, you wouldn't want to get beat, but he's still got to make the save. We might see it back in a minute. Leicester have still got the ball, but they're in their own half. This ref is trigger happy, says Troy. Welcome to the members club. But see, look at our back 4. 3 of the back 4 on yellow cards there. Goal for Sancho on his shoulder. No subs yet. Sean, thank you. Welcome to the members club. United have been a bit sloppy this second half. I think that this game's there to be put to bed. And if we end up letting Leicester back in, I'll look back on this first 5 minutes and I think Bruno and Rashford have been a little bit sloppy where we could have forged good opportunities against the Leicester defence that's definitely exposed as they try to get back into the game. They're pushing hard here, Leicester. The tempo's gone up a little bit. If a certain Leicester player's wife used Manscaped, would it be a Madison Square Garden? Says the watcher beneath. Oh, my God. Filth. Filth. I don't think Rashford will get subbed because Alanga will have to come up first. We need to be more ruthless, says Ricky. Yeah, I mean, it's got Southampton vibes, hasn't it? Where not been loads of chances. Oh, I tell you what, Delot lost his man on the back post there. The old lose your man on the back post. Still an issue for United because Delot's lost his man badly here. Dewsbury Hall with the cross. And Harvey Barnes is free on the back post. Can't quite get the header down. Need to be a little bit careful about that. That was a good save by De Gea from that free kick. Watch it. Yeah, I mean, he's got to make the save, but it was a good free kick by Maddison, to be fair. Yeah, I can't see Rashford coming off, if I'm honest. He's... I mean, Alanga's been very, very quiet. You can say what you like about Rashford and Bruno, but Alanga's just been very, very quiet, hasn't he? I just don't see what he offers. Maguire's warming up. God, no. We haven't got an injury at the back. Please, God, no. Don't do that. Ronaldo warming up as well. Leicester is starting. I tell you what, Leicester. I mean, Leicester are starting to push it in a bit here. Why does Rashford never look like he has any urgency, either on the ball or off the ball, says Jason. Yeah, but I'm not having that, because people used to say that about Martial as well. Like, sometimes you can't criticize people because of the way they run. Leicester's possession stats are going up through the roof here. Cross comes in here from, well, they've got a chance to put a cross in here. Leicester. Maddison from the left-hand side. He's going to curl it towards the penalty box. Oh no, Dewsbury Hall takes it, and Bruno boots it away. Get the subs on. It's a bit early for subs, 55 minutes. It's just been a bad start from United, really. Not enough intensity from the attackers without the ball. Rashford just jogs around aimlessly. Cross is going to come in from the corner. Block. Oh, I tell you what, that's a second yellow. No, it's not a second yellow. It's a foul. Well, that Rashford should get booked for that. That's more of a yellow card by Rashford than bloody Malacia. I mean, I don't want Rashford to get booked, but I'm just saying that's the inconsistency of the referee. That's more of a yellow card than any of the back three. I don't mind Rashford getting booked. He's not likely to get a second yellow, but I'm not happy about the defenders getting booked. The referee's rubbish. He needs to sort himself out here. United are giving a lot of possession up here. They need to sort this out. Can we get a Sue on now? Rashford's annoying me with the lethargic approach, says Nick P. I thought Rashford played quite well in the first half, but what's that? Why is he blasting that there? Space in front of you, just run with it. Starting to blame Eric Ten Hag for. Oh, hold on. Play him in, Bruno. Oh. Starting to blame Eric Ten Hag for beginning of the second half. What team talk did he say to them? It's okay, you're winning, says Johnny from the Donny. Yeah, but you know what? Casemiro's coming on now. Are you happy with the United signing, says Bogrol? Well, I'm happy with this signing. I reckon he's going to take Elanga off. Casemiro's coming on. Be very interesting. I don't think he'll take McTominay off. Be Elanga. Oh, referee, we've had 2 fucking throw-ins. Do the sub. Well, it's an early substitution. You asked for it. It's going to be Casemiro. We do need to get hold of this midfield. I think Ten Hag has spotted it, and I think he's going to go to 4 in the midfield. I do. Oh God, they're running off McTominay here. Vardy into get it out. Ericsson might be able to work a chance here. Come on, Bruno. Oh, Rashford's first touch is terrible there. Terrible first touch into his feet in the box. Ball goes out. That's surely the sub. Casemiro, yeah. It's going to be Elanga, isn't it? Yeah. Casemiro for Elanga. We're going to go 4 in the midfield. Probably means Ronaldo won't get on. Going 4 in the midfield. Well, he might get on. We need another goal. paying Ronaldo 450 grand a week to warm the bench. I mean, I think that's surely got to be the last game Elanga starts, to be fair, isn't it? I'm not taken any notes for the match reaction, and I do need to do that. So there we go. Got a few going in there. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Let me just tell you what we're at. Leicester on the attack here. We're 200 away from 467,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Rashford did not want that, did he? He did not want that 50-50. Rashford is weak and crap and crap on the wing, says Sean Turner. I don't think Sean's a big fan. I like Rashford on the left. I don't know why we moved Rashford from the left. I thought against Liverpool he played really well. And in the next two games, we play him up front, and I don't think he's played very well at all. So Bruno's gone to the right. Casemiro's holding the midfield, and McTominay and Eriksen are playing as the 8s, I think. Oh, nearly. Eriksen trying to play Rashford in. I mean, I know why Rashford's playing down the middle. It's pure pace. We're just looking for that pace. I tell you what, Casemiro started off really well. He's only had 2 touches, and they've both been good passes. Do people completely forget about Rashford's first half? He's getting slated, says Matthew, because he's been more involved than the other attackers. Yeah, I don't think Rashford played badly at the first half. I just prefer him off the left. I prefer him off the left. I don't think he's a striker. I think he'll score goals up front, but I think there'll be very similar goals where he's just using his pace to run through one-on-one. And I think you need more than that across a whole season. You need that's why I like Martial up front, because he's got strings to his bow. Half an hour to go here. I think Ten Hag just senses that there might be a problem here. Trim the rash to make our scoreline bigger, says Rob Welsh. Yeah, Varane's. Maddison. Play by Sancho there. But Leicester still have the ball. Great interception by Casemiro. This is what he can do. Oh, what a ball by Casemiro into Bruno. Cross comes in. It's over Rashford. Oh, no, it's not over Rashford. Get it back to Bruno. Whip it, whip it, whip it. Come on. He hasn't got anyone to whip it to because we haven't got the height in the box. Casemiro's made 3 big plays in about 2 minutes. 2 good passes on the ball. Great bit of interception there. You can just see the quality. He's got to start against Arsenal. He's quality. He's such a quality player. Look at the passing. Oh, the difference in Casemiro is just amazing. He's been on 2 minutes and you can just see it. It's just amazing. First touch passing, interceptions. It's just. But this is the thing. He's a multi-Champions League winner. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. It's a step up. This is what I mean. This, when you watch Man City and then you watch Man United and you go, God, they're better than us. It's like that's what you've got in Casemiro when you've been watching Fred and McTominay. It's like it's just better. Ronaldo will be desperate to get on. He doesn't look happy, does he? But Harvey Barnes, watch out. Watch out. Oh, Martinez strong. I think Martinez will give penalties away at some point, Well done, Johnny Evans there. That ball over the top. We're just looking for it. So we gave away Garner for a bag of crisps and Ketelanga. Our director of football is bantering us and Sean Turner is right. Rashford needs to be sold. Why don't Evans take him, says Brad. All this criticism of Rashford, I think he's going to score in a minute. So you'll all end up going, because I think the way Leicester are playing, they're leaving the door open at the back. I think Rashford will score. Rashford should be took off for that. He loses a 50-50 and he's fucking walking. What's that all about? His attitude stinks. Why is he doing that? I'm defending the guy and he's bloody sulking because he loses a 50-50. He's got to do better than that. Come on, Marcus. I don't know, he's carrying an injury or something. He doesn't seem mobile at all. Well, it's another game where the defence is going to get us the result here, isn't it? Because the defence has been solid again. I don't think there's any subs warming up. I think the only players I can see warming up are Maguire and Lindelof. I can't see. Certainly can't see Ronaldo warming up. Oh, Bruno, Casemiro there lost the ball, and Varane and Dewsbury Hall. Martinez, be careful. Composure. Oh, McTominay, right on the edge of the box. To be honest, I thought they were going to get a free kick before that. So now we can bring on Ronaldo and stop messing around, says Humphrey. And Rashford is blowing out of his arse, says Tick. This is a very good position for Leicester. My concern is you can't rely on the defence all the time. It will concede a goal. Man of the match so far, Angry Brit. It's got to be a defender again, hasn't it? It's got to be Martinez or Varane or Delo or Malacia again. I've got to be honest. Eriksen had a good first half, but we're drifting in the second half again. This is a very good position for Leicester. They were further out and they forced a good save. Sancho's lying down. Luke says the scoring here, it is a very good opportunity for Leicester. It's absolutely perfect. If you think about Trippier, it's that sort of area, about 5 meters out from the edge of the box. You can get it up and over. It's the sort of one you'd practice on the training ground and you're banging them in the top corner. I think Maddison's going to hit this. Come on, De Gea. I'm nervous here. The wall's done its job. Good stuff. Good stuff. Leicester still got it, though. Cross comes in. Go and get that, Dave. Yes. Bit of a let-off there. It was a silly free kick to give away. They could have had one just before that, though. I think Varane fouled someone and he didn't give it. Ronaldo's coming on. Thoughts on Dele Alli going to Turkey? Breaks my heart what he was capable of and where he is now, says James. Ronaldo coming on. Here's the sub. And it's for Sancho. Very surprised. Very surprised with that. I keep saying this to you, though. People keep thinking that Rashford will end up out of the team. I don't think he will. Like, Ten Hag never subs him. Never subs him. Sancho's off for Ronaldo. Again, happened against Southampton. I thought Sancho was the best attacker against Southampton. I think he's been the best attacker again. Impressed with Casemiro so far? Yeah, he's quality. He's got to start on Saturday. Got to start on Sunday, sorry. Jace, and how many silly folks in the area do we give? It seems to at least 5 every game. Needs to be drilled out of them, especially McTominay, says Jake. So Rashford at least will go to the left now, which is where I prefer him. Varane is a rock. Goodbye, my love, says Ewan Colin. Right, here we go. Come on. Let's try and forge something for Ronaldo now. Anthony on the right wing, and this team is basically as much as this is pretty much the team I would pick. I wish Bruno would stop hitting these fucking long balls. Got players on the pitch who can play the fucking game, Bruno. Got Eriksen, Casemiro. Don't start hitting the long ball to fucking Rashford. Erik Ten Hag doesn't make subs based on skill and ability. He makes subs based on pace and height, says Adam. We didn't do that at Ajax. At least Rashford's back on the left now. I think, you know, that's his best position. Look at the intensity from Casemiro. It's not a foul. You know what? I just want to get over the line now. 20 minutes to go. We're 10 subscribers away from 467,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're only 10 away. But yeah, I mean, just what I was saying there, it's very similar to Southampton, isn't it? Very, very similar to Southampton. We've defended well. Midfield's been okay. Attack has been a bit disappointing. And whilst I think you will get by against Southampton and Leicester playing like that, I don't think we're going to get by like that against different. I mean, it'd be very interesting to see how we play at Arsenal. These are away games, aren't they? I don't mind us playing like this away to get some results, and we've won 3 in a row if we win this. But I'd really try out Donny instead of Bruno for a bit. I mean, that's the sub I would make, Angry Brit, actually. I don't know why. I mean, you know, we're so obsessed with Casemiro and Ronaldo. We forget that, you know, Bruno's game's not been brilliant. Harvey Barnes, good recovery by Delo. And he gets the goal kick. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the camaraderie between Delo and Martinez and Varane here. Rashford doesn't get subbed because of academy player by as simple as that. Same reason that Alanga and McSauce constantly get picks as Brian. Glazers use Manscaped at the wrong end, says Sarvesh. Hi, Mark. I hope you're well. Can you please call my brother Zaid a brat? He won't stop the banter with Man United, says Jonathan. I can super chat properly, says Paolo. I love the last going for Goldbridge. Rashford is our course, says Paolo. Feels like Rashford has been promised 90 minutes. Sancho has outperformed him consistently this season. Rashford should be benched when Anthony is in, says Gabriel Noel. Thank you for the super chats there. Mark, Rashford has been lazy the whole game, says Michelle. Without the ball, no pressing and no intensity whatsoever. He just doesn't look interested. Like the Liverpool game last season, he is seriously overrated. And maybe Rashford is playing because of Ten Hag promised him he would get the best out of him and develop him. Sancho's been levels better, in my opinion, says Joe B. Eriksen, again, it's a long-angled ball. Bruno's going to pick that up, but second ball's going to be Delo. Can we whip it? Ronaldo's in the box. We can. Ronaldo's in the box. Player ratings are out. If you want, I will start putting the link in the description in a couple of minutes. You can mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I mean, possession-wise, Leicester have had more possession than us. Look, 54% possession. I really didn't think we were going to see that tonight. And some people would say, well, so what? But Ten Hag team, you'd be quite surprised by that if you know the Ten Hag way. 54% possession to Leicester is not what I was expecting tonight. But We're winning 1-0. I just tweeted then. I just want to get this game over now. Finally got a decent defence, says Jack. Good ball. Come on, Casemiro, play it into Eriksen. Oh, he's played it in between Eriksen and Ronaldo there. He's overplayed it. Dominic says that's Italian defensive passion. That's from Dominic. Hi, Mark. What would be your all-time Premier League five-a-side team? Says PT5. Not the time, PT5. Not the time. I can't be thinking about stuff like that now. I'd probably put Rooney in a five-a-side team, though, because he'd suit it. I'm nervous here. Mark, I still don't trust this midfield. Do you think we have enough depth to handle the schedule ahead? Says James King. No, Mr. Glazer, the advert said trim the garden, not the garner, says official Moxie. And hi, I've done that one, haven't we? Right, I'm just going to pop the UnitedStand.com has got the player ratings. You can mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, but I'm just about to drop it in the link in the description. It's not the first link. That's Manscaped, where you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. But the player ratings link is in the second link. You can mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And 2 good tackles by Tielemans there. Well in Casemiro, and he wins the free kick. Very good play by Casemiro there. That'll do. Right, Iheanacho's coming on. 15 minutes to go. I don't think Leicester have done enough to get anything out of the game, by the way, but 1-0's dangerous. Tielemans is coming off. Iheanacho comes on. I think they're going to go 2 up front, aren't they? 4-4-2. Try and get something out of the game. Hopefully, something in the game for us here. The problem is with Ronaldo coming on with 15, 20 minutes to go is that we're 1-0 up in both games and we're really trying to shut up shop. We're not actually looking to score goals, are we? We will get a fair price for Gardner. Richard Arnold, if you know, you know, says Angry Brit. And finally, we've got the defence we needed, says Control. Still time left in this game. I really think we should have got the second goal. We haven't deserved the second goal, but I really think we should have gone and got it. Can we wait? Can't wait till we drop Bruno. He's becoming a new Scooby-Doo. Runs around a lot, but has no football IQ, says Cardo. That's a nice ball by McTominay. Come on, let's put the cross in. Rashford. Malacia tried to play Rashford back in. Tomini, come back. Good ball. Delo, back post. Oh. It's going to be a free kick. Come on, lads. Keep that defence strong. Get the 3 points. If Anthony is worth 80, Martinelli is worth 120, says Zane. Yeah, nobody's having that conversation. Samari's just gone down injured here. That was actually a foul on Ronaldo, to be fair. Look, some people are talking about what we'll do against Arsenal. I just want to get the 3 points here. Big difference between 3 and 1. Don't want to draw this. Awful to watch. I think you've got to be a fan of United to be enjoying this, because it's not, it's very similar to Southampton. We didn't play particularly well as an attacking team against Southampton. I suppose the closest thing we are at the moment is probably a little bit like Chelsea under Tuchel. We're well organised defensively, and we're just picking up the goal here and there. I mean, I think Ten Hag's had to do that. He's got to build out. He's got to build from the back. When you concede 4 against Brentford, you can't argue with him going, build from the back. Back to basics. Jamie says how we're playing. I'm very happy with the result. But performance-wise, second half's not been that good, to be honest. But defence has been good again. I can't really think of a clear-cut. They've not had a clear-cut chance, have they? They haven't. Hopefully that'll continue. But their best chance was really that cross to the back post, which was a very hard header for Harvey Barnes to score from, and the free kick from Dewsbury Hall that De Gea, let's be honest, was always going to save. Fucking long ball. We're obsessed with this angled long ball to fucking Rashford. Has it worked in the last 2 games? No. You can't play a ball that works once every 3 fucking games. Everybody's trying to do it. Just rotate the ball up the pitch. Stop trying to hit 40-yard angled balls over the top. They know we're trying to do it. I've 2 games in a row now. We've just been trying to hit this Hollywood ball for Rashford. And it's like, it's the Premier League. Even if it works, it's only averaging once every bloody 3 games. Hi, Mark. Loving that. And even if it works, he's still got to get to the goal and score it. Mo, thank you very much. I'm not going to read your second name. What's our stat on the average amount of crosses we put into the box per game, Matt? It must be terrible. It must be really bad. Leicester on the attack here. 10 minutes to go. I'm not going to say anything about the defence because I could jinx it, but well done, Delo. Go on, McTominay, don't hit the angle ball. Good play, Casemiro. Come on, Bruno. You're trying to hit it again. He's hit it again. Ronaldo, cross it. Oh, Ericsson. Ronaldo, Rashford. Oh. I thought we were going to kill the game here. Rashford into Ronaldo. He's onside. Johnny Evans. It was good defending, to be fair. Any games you're looking forward to get to this season? Don't know yet. Reverse clouds. Don't know yet. Well done, Varane. Get it out. Get it out. Lovely play. Lovely play. Ronaldo. Lovely play, that. That's nice play. Keep it going. Bruno. Into Delo. Think it's the back post. Delo. Ronaldo. Oh, I wanted that to go in. I wanted that to go in. I thought it was going in for a minute. Good effort. How close was that? What a technique by Ronaldo. And I tell you what, the keeper was worried. Lost count of the amount of times McTominay's given the ball away, says Ricky. He looked lively, Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo and Casemiro have looked lively, but I remember when everyone wanted Samari, now looks as Kobe. This is lovely play. Ronaldo's getting more and more into the game. Slip him in, slip him in, slip him in. Ronaldo, he needs to go to the back post. Oh, there's no one there. Tell you what, Ronaldo's going into this game. Lovely link-ups. It's just a shame there's no one in the box. It's a blind cross, really. And Eriksen's just not going to get there. Yeah, Ronaldo's looks really sharp, doesn't he, now? It's took him a few minutes to get up to the speed, but he's looking sharp. Rashford's got a bit of cramp. Not surprised. I said cramp. He's looked like he's been blowing out his arse for half an hour, to be honest. Fred's going to come on. Links in the description, by the way, for player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I've kept no idea about transfers, but I'm pretty sure United aren't doing any. Oh, squeaky bum time now. These sort of games you've just got to win. You can't be letting. I mean, Leicester have done. They've created nothing for 85 minutes. We've just got to win this bloody game now. Let Leicester have a proud 1-0. We played well and we fought hard and we lost. Good. Same as Southampton. You still lost. I tell you what, I think we've played a lot better with Ronaldo through the middle and Rashford on the left. Five minutes of normal time to go. Maddison, good interception. Come on. That's a foul. That's a foul. Shut up, Vardy. He's booking Vardy as well. Yeah, that's a yellow card, that is. Player ratings broken, I think, Mark. No, don't think so. Works for me. Fred's on. Hi, Mark. Thoughts on Chong to Birmingham, says Will. I mean, it's a permanent deal. Rashford's gone off for Fred. And Daka's come on for Leicester. 5 minutes to go. Midfield's packed, yeah. In Fred, come on. Wide to Delo. Oh, fucking hell, Bruno. Even a simple pass. What's that? It's too. I think Bruno's had a terrible game. I really do. I think Bruno's had a really, really bad game, hasn't he? Again. All right. How does this keep happening? Thought we'd sorted it out. Well, how do you fix that then? Okay. 2 minutes to go. Well, if we get the performance, if we get the result, it's built on a strong defence again, isn't it? For the third game in a row. And I mean, I think there's a lot of improvement to be made in the attacking side of the game for Manchester United. And maybe Anthony, you know, you get Ronaldo into the team as well. Maybe that's what happens. But good play. Right, Ronaldo needs some help here. Lovely play. Lovely play. Wait, Bruno. Wait. Oh, nearly an OG. It's incredible. I never thought I'd see McFred in the midfield with Eriksen and Casemiro, says Otto. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very welcome on United Stand. And scoring and dropping back. Erik ten Hag is going to learn the hard way that this isn't the way to go in this league, says Viraj. I think it might be baby steps, to be honest. I don't think it's necessarily the way that we're going to work. I don't think it's how we're going to work long term. It's just look. I said it before the Southampton game. We needed to beat Southampton, and we needed to beat Leicester, and then we needed to beat Arsenal. 2 out of 3 so far. If we can do this corner, if we had possession numbers for individual players, Rashford would be at the bottom of the league, says George. Have to say performance has been underwhelming, says Salah. I know we're building from defence and all that, but there's no fluency in the attack. Eriksen and Rashi are knackered. When Anthony comes, should help, but I'm worried about legs in the midfield, says SK. We're gonna rotate a lot in the Europa League. Real Sociedad team will be unrecognisable. I think you'll see Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Donny, Fred. Come on, pressure. Living the dream, McFred Miro, says Paul Thompson. Oh, come on, don't fuck this up. We're into the 91st minute here. They've got, watch out. Maddison. Oh, God, I was worried there. Wrong-footed Bruno. We keep playing Scott in midfield and we keep Lou wanting strikers to score. Can't have both, says Gerchen. 2 minutes to go. It's been workmanlike, but I don't want people to get downhearted because the defence has been superb again. Absolutely superb. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Here's Ronaldo. Oh, it's a terrible layoff. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, what? Malacia just got caught there. And the ball fell to Daka on the right-hand side. It would have took a very good finish, but he skied it anyway. Not Daka. Was it Thomas or Justin Thomas? He's caught us with a long ball. It's the one time we sort of got caught, but even then, the shot was terrible. Remember, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Link in the description or scan the QR code. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 30 seconds to go. $20. Who would be a man of the match? I mean, United have put a big shift in, considering they've got to play on Sunday. I mean, it could play into Arsenal's hands here. And final whistle goes. Come on. Manchester United win 1-0 against Southampton, 1-0 against Leicester. It's a solid performance. Defensively elite. Varane, probably my man of the match, to be honest with you. A game built on defense. If you don't concede, you can't lose. If you don't concede, you only need one goal. And for the second game in a row, a moment has won Manchester United the game. And the defense, I mean, look, De Gea's getting clean sheets and he's not having to work for it. So Manchester United, another clean sheet, another good result. A lot of work to do ahead of that Arsenal game. I think we've got to get hold of the ball better. But a good result for Manchester United. There's no doubt about that. Right, we're going to go to the match reaction where we'll do player ratings and discuss the game in more depth. I'll see you over there.